Welcome to the Goods from the Woods, everybody. This is episode number 316. Oh my God, it's Stone Cold! It's Stone Cold!
Rivers Langley, how the hell are you doing? It's Stone Cold.
Thank you so much for calling in for our very special 316 episode.
Rivers, I'm a big fan of the show. You know that. I like that dorky guy that used to be the host. The guy that sounds like Dusty Rhodes that used to be the host. He was a funny cat. I like the new co-host, the one that looks like the dorky guy that used to be on the show, the guy who looks like Rick Rubin. I had to do a double take. I was just like, shit, is that Rick? I haven't seen Rick Rubin without his sunglasses. Is this what he looks like? But lo and behold, it's not him. But I'm so happy to join you on episode 316.
Yeah.
It's apropos.
I was going to say, yeah, it's apropos. It's obviously Austin 316, as well as your address here in Los Angeles, 316 Gimmick Street.
The thing about it, Rivers, is that Stone Cold has relocated neighborhoods in Los Angeles.
Whoa, where?
So I was
where? So
I'm at a new 316 Gimmick Street.
So you were down in Marina Del Rey near the coast. Where are you living nowadays?
Well, the thing is, Rivers, it's Stone Cold. You see, I had a little podcast thing going on, this little podcast gimmick. My podcast is on hiatus because I realized, well, Stone Cold, he's not into doing the podcast. Stone Cold is into living the podcaster lifestyle. Oh. So I was looking around in Marina Del Rey and I noticed this is not a good environment for Stone Cold to be a podcaster, a genuine podcaster. Marina Del Rey, what is there for Stone Cold? There's two Chicos in Marina Del Rey. Stone Cold does not wear peasant blouses. There's 3 Mendocino farms. There isn't the things that Stone Cold likes if he wants to live the podcaster lifestyle.
Yeah.
Be his best authentic self. So Stone Cold packed up the moving van and me and Stace, we moved over to Highland Park where there is tons of podcasters. Stone Cold is with his kind. Previously, I was a beer drinking ass kicker in the ring. Now I'm a podcaster, but I don't actually have to do the podcast now that I'm surrounded by my fellow podcaster cats in Highland Park.
That's great. So you were probably neighbors with old Mark Maron.
His cats can't stop shitting in my lawn. I like the guy. We don't have problems. Stone Cold doesn't have an issue with Mark Maron. But the problem is he's got all these dang cats around and they're shitting in my lawn. Don't like that. I don't want to have to go over there and stomp a mud hole in Mark Maron's ass. We don't know who's going to be over there. Barack Obama might be over there. Bruce Springsteen might be over there. Lars von Trier might be over there. They don't need to see Stone Cold throwing up a can of whoop ass on Mark Maron. But I like being in Highland Park. Stone Cold could get on the four-wheeler and haul ass and tear it up down Figueroa, get himself a juice, go over there and buy some records, go to a store and get some vintage T-shirts. That's my kind of living, and Stone Cold really enjoys it.
Stone Cold, you realize how much your vintage T-shirts go for? I know you're a fan of free gimmicks, and I'm sure you've got boxes of original pressing Austin 316 shirts. You can flip those on Melrose for hundreds of dollars nowadays.
Hey, let me tell you something. Stone Cold took a box full of original run XFL shirts that I took out of the wardrobe closet that was hanging around. These things were there. Stone Cold, he loves a free gimmick. I rode the roads with Skandar Akbar and gorgeous Gary Young, and they showed Stone Cold the benefit of pinching pennies. And the thing is that Stone Cold took the XFL shirts over to the local vintage store, and he made himself a pretty penny.
It's interesting because when I was a young man watching you in the ring, you know, I was a fat child and I loved rock and roll and I loved pro wrestling, and I had lots of very big t-shirts that pertain to those two subjects, and I didn't hang on to them. And now I wish I had, because I would have been sitting on a gold mine if I could have flipped some like Summer Sanitarium Tour 1999 shirts or WCW Monday Night Jericho. Those would be worth money nowadays.
It's interesting that you mentioned rock and roll music, because Stone Cold, he's got a new favorite artist.
Oh,
I want to talk about my new favorite rocker.
Who is that?
Well, let me tell you something. That Stone Cold, living in Highland Park, there are a ton of record stores around. There's at least a dozen of them for Stone Cold to peruse. And Stone Cold, he went to one of the record stores and he saw a display for an album. And I saw it and I thought, oh my God, it's from a new band called Punisher. And for some reason, the name of the album is Phoebe Bridgers. Well, I took that son bitch and I bought it. And then I took it back to my house, and Stone Cold put it on his turntable, because Stone Cold is getting back into vinyl.
Oh, you got like a hi-fi over there at the new
getting back into
gimmick.
Vinyl. Gonna get back into cassettes. Listen to a lot of cassettes on the road. But I bought the vinyl because I'm living at home, you understand. It's the thing that Stone Cold really wanted to have, is to be at home and enjoy a good record. Anyway, Stone Cold, he buys this album and he realizes the band isn't called Punisher.
Yeah.
Stone Cold bought an album by an artist named Phoebe Bridgers, and I'm really getting into it. She kicks ass. Looked up a little bit about her. I like her style. She dresses like La Parka. Stone Cold likes that.
She's the leader in Lucha Folk, for sure.
Indeed. I listened to that song, Kyoto. Stone Cold has been to Kyoto many times. I wrestled in the G1 Climax.
So famously, your favorite album of all time, you have said over and over, is the self-titled debut from Boston. How does Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher stack up to 1976 Boston's Boston?
The problem with that album is that there's a lot of great songs on it, but you don't have the crescendos in it. She keeps the same mood, that little bit of melancholy. Stone Cold can feel melancholy at times. But the thing is about Boston, gotta love that album, because that motherfucker starts with that foreplay, right? The first song is Foreplay, and it really gets the juices flowing. It makes Stone Cold really, it amps him up, wondering where it's going to go next. And then it goes to Long Time, and I'm ready to sing every lyric in that song at the top of my lungs.
So you're just tearing down York Boulevard past Tacos La Estrella with bumping that Boston music. That's
indeed.
Fantastic.
I will pull up to my favorite restaurant, ETA Oysters, because I used to be about DTA, brother, but Stone Cold is about that ETA. Eat those appetizers, you understand. That's what Stone Cold's all about. Little bit of oysters over here, little mignonette sauce, little bit of uni, enjoying it.
Well, this has been a real thrill. I have one last question. What's the post office situation like over there?
Here's the thing. Stone Cold is a podcaster. I'm living the podcaster lifestyle. So Stone Cold has to have anger with the post office in order to be a legitimate podcaster. So the thing is that Stone Cold needs to do his correspondence, send it out priority mail. Great deal. The USPS has some good deals. But here's another thing about Stone Cold that a lot of people do not know about Stone Cold. You see, Stone Cold collects stamps.
Oh.
I like to collect stamps. You sign up for the stamps.com, you don't actually get the stamps. So Stone Cold has to go and get his commemorative stamps at the post office. So Stone Cold will walk in there, Stone Cold park. Listen, the parking situation at the post office, not ideal. Still can't work my Suburban into the lots. Nonetheless, that's a Los Angeles thing.
Well, you can now pull your ATV just right up onto the curb next to the electric scooters.
Rivers, that is an excellent idea. Stone Cold should do that. Stone Cold has been very interested in those scooters. But Stone Cold doesn't want to wreck himself. Listen, I don't want to have to put on my 2 knee braces to go to the post office in order to look like a weirdo on one of these scooters. But Stone Cold has to go in there, and Stone Cold has to get the commemorative stamps. They got the Bugs Bunny stamp, where he is dressed as a woman to deceive Elmer Fudd. There is nobody more resourceful than Bugs Bunny. Stone Cold respects that. I want to get the Marvin Gaye stamps. He was a great singer. Love me some Marvin Gaye. Listen to a lot of Marvin Gaye tearing up the roads with Michael P.S. Hayes.
Wow. I didn't know P.S. Hayes was a big Motown guy. That's interesting.
He is. When Halloween came around, Stone Cold got the Halloween stamps. You got your bats. You have your witches. You have your goblins. You have your jack-o'-lanterns. You have every spooky gimmick that comes around the pike. I'm a bit of a Halloween enthusiast, you understand? So I love that Halloween stamps because they combine 2 of Stone Cold's favorite things, Halloween, and on the other hand, stamps.
Well, that is very good to know. You're just a man of mystery, a man of many interests, man of many talents, and we are so thrilled to be able to have you
I
here.
picked up stamp collecting from Abdullah the Butcher. He came into Dallas, and he was in the back in the locker room adjusting his stamps in his album. And I was a greenhorn, greener than goose shit. But I see Abby, and I say, Abby, what are you doing? Because that's something you'd expect him to be stabbing people.
and we know he probably didn't use his tongue to moisten the stamps. He just cut himself open and dabbed him in the blood and put him on the envelope. It was horrifying to get a letter from Abdullah the Butcher.
Abdullah the Butcher always had to get his heat.
Even when he's sending letters at the dreaded post office. Well, this has been absolutely incredible, Steve. Thank you so much for being here.
Congratulations on taking the podcast to 316 episodes. That's an important number. And Stone Cold really appreciates it.
Yeah, this is actually 316 of our regular episodes. But, we did do 150 Corona Diaries episodes on top of that. So technically, this is episode 466.
I was almost Austin 466. Little known fact about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold, big Mario Lemieux fan. So I am always 466.
Oh, well, thanks again for being here. And if you're ready for us to start episode 316, give me a hell yeah. Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
And I'm Carter Glasscock.
And today we are hanging out in the San Gabriel Valley with our friend,
Chris Crofton.
What's up, Chris? How's it going? And welcome, everybody. You know what episode this is?
What?
This is episode 316.
Oh,
yeah. I'm wearing the damn Stone Cold shirt. We just talked to Stone Cold in our cold open.
Are you ready? Tell me about this.
You ready, Chris?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
hit my damn music.
I wouldn't have come on the show if I knew it was 316 day. Are you going to talk about Austin Powers, whatever his name is?
Austin Powers. Yeah, baby.
Oh, man.
Do I make you horny?
Oh, man.
Do I make you Randy?
I didn't know it was Austin Powers Day.
I'm going to kick your titties. Does he say that? Either of them say that?
No, you're talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's right. Yeah, it's episode
Stone Cold Steve-O.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, episode 316.
Some of our, eagle-eared listeners pointed this out to me last week. We dropped episode 315, and they're like, hey, next week's episode 316. So here we are.
I wish my life was stress-free enough that I could think about stuff like that. I'm serious. There's people out there thinking about, like, that's the same number as Steve Austin.
Yeah.
God, I wish I was thinking about that instead of what I'm thinking about.
What are you thinking about?
Fuck, I don't know. COVID, rent, Republicans. Oh, it's also 316's the number on the Goods from the Woods podcast.
I mean, it made me happy.
I know, of course.
Wait till episode 420, buddy.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You're not 52 years old.
This is true.
I'm
This is
52
true.
years old, which is like, everything's bad. Like you're mad about everything. You're even mad about people trying to have fun, like I am right now. Like he tried to kick off an episode, and I had to ruin it all because I'm 52, and everyone else has to feel 52 when they're around me.
Yeah. Well, up top here, I wanted to say that I had a mind-blowing moment on YouTube the other day, and I resisted the urge to text you because I knew we were going to be talking here
Oh,
today.
okay, because I was about to say I'm lonely. You should have done it.
Yeah, well, so I wanted to hit you with this
I was
now.
on the brink. You could have used the text.
Yeah. If I don't get a text in the next 10 minutes.
So there's a guy on YouTube that I got really into that I think I texted you about when I was like home at my parents' house about this time last year, just bored out of my mind, and I found there was a guy on YouTube who lives like somewhere in Western Massachusetts, and he posts things under the name Post 10, and his whole thing is he unclogs storm drains during gigantic rainstorms.
Oh, yeah, I did look at that.
Yeah. So, and it was really, it's like the most strangely compelling thing too, because like it'll just be this massive thunderstorm and this huge puddle, and the guy's just like, he's like, I've told the city about this numerous times that football field was going to cause this kind of runoff, and he's just like complaining about the city and like the behavior of water and things. He's ranting as he's unclogging storm drains, and there's just giant trucks driving by, just like soaking him. Like it's pretty compelling. It's the most boring thing on paper, and then you watch it and you're just like,
It's
I don't
one
know.
man against the elements.
And he's got such a pure rage and an actual base of knowledge that you're like, respect. Like it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's a golden age for whatever kind of person that is.
Yeah, and
like an
It really
insane
is.
person.
right. Well, and so what I was going to say, and I think we talked about this last time you were on the show. You got me into a guy who posts under the name New England
I was about
Wildlife
to
and
bring him
More.
up.
Post 10, about maybe like 6 months ago, started appearing on camera. He was always just a guy behind the camera narrating, and now you see his face. And I went over because I knew we'd be talking to each other. I was like, I wonder what New England Wildlife and More is up to. Clicked him. It's the same guy.
Oh, okay. All right, well, there you go.
I was literally sitting at my desk like, oh my God, like my mind got blown. It's the same fucking dude. He has 2 YouTube channels, and both of them, he has hundreds of thousands of subscribers on both.
He deserves it.
I know.
He's doing the work that nobody else even thought of. He really is. I mean,
Yeah.
like, he used to have to do that stuff all by himself. Like he was talking to himself about storm drains, and now he gets to.
Yeah.
Now he has a channel.
Well, he has a channel, and he's got a girlfriend too to hold the camera for him now, who goes by Ghost 10. So
Really?
he's Post 10 and she's Ghost 10.
Wow.
But she doesn't appear on camera. She doesn't like have her face shown.
That's very interesting. So it's Post 10.
Yeah,
like
that's
TEN.
That's his drainage channel.
Post 10.
Like if you say it fast, it sounds like postin'.
Yeah, but what is that? Oh, posting? Like that's the
Like
joke?
like he's posting, but he's post.
Like I'm posting
Holy
YouTube.
Yeah.
fuck, what kind of joke is that?
It's the kind of joke you have within a nightmare. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, okay, so this is incredible because guess what? I was just watching when you guys got here. I
What's
was
that?
watching fucking New England Wildlife and More.
Yeah, same guy.
Hiking into the woods on a train track.
yeah.
Have you seen that video?
I have not seen that one. I was going to say, have you seen the one where he spends 36 hours inside a culvert?
No, but I mean that's not. Normally that would surprise me about somebody, but him, that's like. That's like just like going to work or whatever. You know,
He literally builds like this contraption so he can like spend the night in a frozen culvert. So the water is like running underneath his campsite and shit like
What's
that.
interesting is I don't even really know what a culvert is.
Yeah.
like
Culvert City?
It's like
No, the culvert is like if you have a drainage ditch and you need to have a road across over the ditch, you'll bury a big pipe under the road so that the water can flow under the road.
and that's called a culvert.
It's called a culvert.
The
yeah.
pipe is, or the whole
pipe.
thing.
the pipe is called the culvert.
What?
That goes under. So it's it's basically like it's a bridge that's actually a pipe.
Wow.
So
What is this all building to?
Huh? I don't know. It's just this one man's.
Or is this just the result of something like being struck by lightning?
I think he has.
I think so, but his other channel, the one that Chris got me into, is him opening up like cans and smelling the contents.
Oh God, this one stinks.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And looking at the contents under microscopes. And
I used to put up these things on Instagram where I said, "How serious are you about rockabilly?" And it was like because I've always liked thinking about the commitment, how far it goes. You know what I mean? Like, do they eat old food? Like, actually, because you can get old food on like eBay. So
I only smoke Lucky Strikes from Guadalcanal.
Like real luck. You can get old packs of cigarettes. So I'm like, how committed are you to this time travel bit that you're doing?
One of the
your whole life.
My great uncle JL passed away, and one of the things we found in his house was some old condoms from back in the day that literally looked like, do you know those chocolate gold coins that you get?
Yeah.
Sure.
It looked like that, but they were rubbers, and I didn't open one because it would just
rubbers.
Yeah, but it would just like I'm sure if you open one,
it's not a podcast. It's not a podcast with three dudes till you say rubbers.
Rubbers.
How much do we
hats.
How much do we hate Jimmy hats, guys? They take away the feeling. Am I right? Raw Dog. Raw Dog 316 is the name of this episode.
Oh,
but yeah, I didn't know I could sell those to some local social distortion
that's
fans.
what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. So,
or even like I'm thinking like necromantics. Like
sure,
psychobilly.
Yeah.
Well, that's like then you have to be like obsessed with coffins and shit.
Horton Heat, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Reverend Horton Heat. Does he use vintage condoms? Does he eat? Does he eat tuna from World War II? Because you can get it.
Yeah.
Like, you can get it. I mean, it's hard to get, but I mean, how serious are you? I always feel bad for rockabilly people when they're driving like a Kia.
Yeah. Oh, because
it's like, what a humiliation. It's probably they can't afford, an old
hot rod.
an Edsel or whatever because it's too much work because they have to work at. You have to have regular jobs. They can't do the whole thing they want.
I went to Wendy's for lunch and I was literally behind a pink Cadillac Eldorado, like a 1950s one that was fucking sweet.
Right.
But that's not.
But that was being driven by some hedge fund manager.
Yeah, through the Wendy's though, which made it even funnier. I was like, oh yeah.
I like their Frosties.
I like the jalapeno popper chicken sandwich. There was one of those New England Wildlife and More / post-it videos where he's been going to this abandoned motel out in like rural Massachusetts, and it's all like half the thing is like burned out, the other half is rotted out. The walls are literally made of asbestos, and he goes out there and it's like a foot of snow on the ground. He's like, I had to park my truck a mile away so they wouldn't call the cops, but I'm going to stay here for the night. And he had like a propane heater inside this old hotel room. It was just staying in there for like the night.
Why?
And he never got the temperature above, I think it was like 40 degrees was the warmest he got it.
That's not even warm at all.
No, it was freezing. But
I'll say it.
the man's committed, but all that is to say, I was sitting there, and when I realized those were the same two people.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so
Blew my
this is
mind.
amazing. So I was like looking up old food to put on my Instagram because I like saying, how serious are you about rockabilly, and showing like an old food listing or like an old tampon or an old deodorant or whatever. Like something they could still be using. Like,
This is beef stroganoff from Iwo Jima.
Yeah, do you rockabilly people use like sanitary belts and pads because that's all there is? When you're like, do you still spray DDT on your garden?
Yeah.
Because you don't know it's bad yet.
It's not an eagle egg unless it's soft.
Yeah, so it's like how committed anyway.
They just have a landline. They don't have the internet.
I'm just gonna keep explaining the bit over and over again. So that's the only thing I've ever thought of. So
this is this guy from your high school who's a rockabilly guy who was a real jerk.
I just think it used to be like, came from being in Nashville, like in the early 2000s.
Sure,
rockabilly was like a big thing there in the early 2000s. Now it's just like being a hedge fund manager is a big thing there. You know what I mean? But back when Nashville was small, there was a large rockabilly community because it seemed like it made sense. It had like
That's where you get all the shirts.
the legacy of like they were like in what they thought was like their
Mecca?
time zone or whatever. You know what I mean? They were like,
Yeah.
oh, we're here in the closest place we can get to the 1950s.
Yeah.
You figure
Nashville,
like
Tennessee.
you figure like Memphis would be bigger for that too, right? Because Sun
well.
Records and everything. I guess,
Yeah.
yeah.
But they don't got the shirts.
Yeah, that's right. They don't have
They don't have the economy to support a bunch of people doing dress up.
I was gonna say that is most of Nashville's economy is people
Yeah.
playing dress up.
Yeah.
And LA for that matter.
So
Most
I
people
was
from
looking
LA
up,
playing dress
so I
up.
was looking up looking up some old food things, and I saw this guy eating old food on YouTube, and I mean, it was very interesting. And I like to imagine that his channel happens when his mom's not home, and then she comes home and is like, you didn't do that, were you eating old food again?"
Why does
He's
it
like,
smell like-
No, I wasn't eating old food.
Why does it smell like cream corn
Yeah.
from the
Why is there
fucking-
cream corn in your
from
beard?
the Truman
is that
administration?
is that cream corn from now? He's like, yes, it's from now.
Tell me the
I don't
truth.
know. Is that old cream corn from some old?
It smells like fermented
That old
corned
summer-
beef hash in here.
Is that some old rockabilly cream corn or regular cream corn? I swear, it's just regular.
Why does the house smell like botulism?
Yes. So I automatically was just like that. And then I also thought that he seemed nice. Like I
Yeah.
kind of like his
That's the thing.
vibe
He's
and
trying to
his
be
voice.
informative, right? Like he's trying to.
I love his vibe. Yeah, people who are listening, we'll put this up on our Twitter so
He's
people
very
can find
popular.
it. Yeah, he's extreme. Every one of his videos has like minimum 300,000 hits.
He took
like,
a big break.
Jesus.
He took a big break, and I thought he went away.
No, he just went to focus on post 10.
Well, I think I didn't know about Post 10, so I thought he
Yeah.
was just probably at home, just being like, "God damn it!"
No, right now he's busting up ice dams. That's his thing. He goes
Right.
into,
So I didn't know about that. I didn't know he was also doing Revenant shit.
yeah, dude.
He does seem like someone who would move to a new town and change his identity. You know what I mean?
Well, because he talked about why. Because I was like, why did he stop doing the old food videos? And it turned out that he couldn't get to estate sales because of COVID. They stopped having estate
Okay.
sales because I always wondered where he got all that old food. And he goes
Right.
to like estate sales, where
Swap
the person
meet.
died and some fucking, they probably had old canned food in the
Oh, yeah.
basement,
Yes,
So
they do.
That's where he gets all that shit. So he was like, I can't get the old food. So then he just started eating exotic
nutrients.
food. He started just trying to eat exotic food, but he and his audience knew it wasn't the same. So I guess he went on to
He's got the other
he
channel.
has other obsessions.
Yeah.
Like culverts.
Yeah, culverts. Yeah, hydraulics.
He has a girlfriend for real.
Oh yeah, Ghost 10, baby.
What the fuck?
She
Like,
films.
seriously.
She films the other end of the culvert as he's pulling the beaver dams out. Like the he'll be in the-
Beavers hate he pulls them out with the beavers inside him.
no, the beavers. The beavers are.
wakey.
Yeah, the beavers will plug the culverts, and he's always like, the beavers are not going to be happy with me, but they'll come back. They'll always come back. So it's just him like versus the beavers of rural
Do you
Massachusetts.
think him and his girlfriend there was like an old food Lady in the Tramp situation?
I think they're
It's like a shoelace.
yeah the spaghettios from.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just started eating old things. Yeah, like me and my girlfriend were trying to eat the same boot. And
We were both chewing on the same
Yeah, we were
tree
both
to try to
chewing on
fall
this-
it like a beaver does.
Yes, we were
Yeah.
both chewing on different shoelaces and met in the middle on the old combat boot from the Korean War, which we both agreed needed salt.
Oh my
So he's like also into culverts. He knows a lot of shit I don't know about. He talks about moose. Like he's he's walking out to this ancient railroad site, or he's walking. He's following this path of the ancient railroad from the 1920s or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like the whole way he's talking about moose and how there's moose around and how moose like to eat these things and that thing. And I don't know anything about moose.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about culverts. I don't know anything about. So I kind of am. He's kind of a wealth of knowledge on like 3 or 4 things, but he knows a lot about the outdoors.
He's a magnet fisherman too.
Is he?
He'll stand over
Oh, get outta
bridge
here.
trussels with giant
Oh, my
magnets
God. I'm
and
gonna
fish
try
out old railroad
I'm
spikes
gonna
and
try
shit.
and marry him.
Someone may have beat you to it.
I'm not kidding. Who's this Ghost 10 person?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've got big muscles. I'm serious.
and you don't mind being on cam.
I love fucking magnet fishing. I mean, that's one of my other.
Have you done it?
Well, no, I don't want to do any of these
Oh, okay.
things. I just want to like I like to watch them.
You like watching it? Okay.
I like watching. I don't want to stand outside and pull out old wrenches out of a off a fucking highway bridge or these people fucking.
Oh yeah.
They never get anything good ever. They just get fucking parts of bikes and shit, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I found a gun from a crime."
That's what I was
Fuck
literally.
off. I don't care.
Right before I came here, I read a news story about some people in Florida who pulled out 2 sniper rifles out of a fucking swamp.
Right,
God.
like that's a fun day.
And they have the
filling out
serial
police
number.
reports all fucking.
The
day.
serial numbers had been filed off too, so they were like for sure some murder weapons.
Yeah, hitman weapons. Yeah.
Yep.
And they should have thrown them back and kept fishing. You
Keep
know what
your
I mean?
goddamn mouth shut.
I don't want
That's
to
right.
fucking fill out paperwork. I want to fish.
Snitches get stitches.
Exactly.
Hey everyone. Today, we're in northern New England. Look at this. Someone threw out a whole bunch of beer bottles and half of them shattered. We'll go ahead and pick that up in a moment. But what caught my attention is this little culvert pipe here. The water levels are definitely different on each side, which makes me believe there might be a small blockage. It's a little beaver dam there. Cool. Get all this stuff out of the way. Oh, we're dropping fast. Now we'll drop this area right here back a few inches. Hey everyone, today I have a can of corn that was packaged back in 1943. This can has a lot of pressure inside. Both ends of the can are very bulged.
I found this on Craigslist. I wanted to share with you guys.
Oh, no.
This is from.
A used dildo.
No, this is what we call an opportunity, fellas.
A used dildo.
So the headline is "Looking for a few good people in the GTA," which stands for Greater Toronto Area. So this is a Canadian thing. So if we wanted to do this, it would involve potentially moving to Canada. But just tell me if this sounds like something that would interest you.
Okay.
Private survival group. You have seen them on YouTube. Meetup.com. Instructors who will teach you the core skills, but never give you an exit plan. That's left up to you. Being the lone gunman has its advantages, but it sucks after a while. I've been there. Now I have a compound. It is being carved out of 40 acres of Ontario wilderness, 3 hours north of Toronto. I have thought a community of like-minded people might be the answer to today's burning questions. Will it get worse? That's the first question. Or will something more terrible come down the line? We seem to be getting more pandemics in the last few years. SARS, MERS, now COVID and its mutation.
One comes to mind particularly.
He does say,
The athlete's foot pandemic of 1997.
he says, do you have an exit plan? Do you have the skills and gear? Do you have a place to go? Do you have people you can trust? If you don't, then maybe I can help. It won't be easy, and you will have to prove yourself. We will provide most of the training and help you will need, but in the end, you will be able to have a plan in case all hell breaks loose. These are the people and skills that we are looking for. So he's like...
You can join a militia over...
putting together a Canadian militia.
Yeah.
And these are the skills, these are the people they're looking for. So just tell me if any of these apply to you. Number 1, a mechanic.
Definitely not me. I can't do that.
No, that's
Not even a little.
It's probably helpful in the post-apocalypse to put together a nitro truck, you know, with a big steam shovel on the front, big leather-clad guy on top screaming.
Watch a couple
I've
of
said
YouTube
this
videos.
many times before that I will be dead probably 3 or 4 days after the last Trader Joe's closes.
Yeah.
So yeah, mechanic? No.
No more buffalo chicken wraps.
Nope.
I'm out.
Nope.
No more
can do-
caramelized French onion dip. Goodbye.
I can be comic relief while people do work on engines.
Comic relief.
You can be you can be all 3 Stooges.
I'll do
at once.
jokes for sandwiches while other people work on the machines.
The second thing they need is procurement. Parentheses, someone who can get supplies and knows how to get hard to find items.
Well, I could just, if some of that, if it was on eBay.
You know how to deep eBay search for the good vinyl.
But
It's like I'm not a met-
eBay.
EVs? People
eBay is not going to be online or there's not going to be any online anymore.
It'll be an actual bay.
Yeah.
Rummaging through a bay, bidding on
Shipwrecks.
submerged hooks. And
Yeah, we'll be magnet fishing. A lot of magnet fishing.
Sea bay.
Sea bay. Yeah. The number 3 thing they're looking for, and this is how it's written, herbiest.
Oh,
Like
no.
an herbalist? Like a...
They meant to say herbalist, but it does say herbiest. So they are looking for the person who is most
roll up the doobies.
Oh, see, I was going to say
Right?
the herbiest is the person who's really the most into Herbie the Love Bug. I am the herbiest.
The Herbie enthusiast.
Yeah, because you're going to need people to act out Herbie the Love Bug because there's no electricity.
Yeah, instead of Fahrenheit 451, where people are memorizing Hamlet and Aeschylus,
They're
they're
memorizing Herbie fully loaded.
That's my job. I'm the herbiest. I don't even care about Herbie, but I'll find out about it if it's going to mean I get to eat. Herbie the Love Bug. I can impersonate the whole thing. Invite me into your stockade.
I can do Lindsay Lohan's part.
Seriously, I can do a whole bunch of movies. Let me in. I'm starving. Trader Joe's closed 45 minutes ago. And they said it was the last time they were going to be open.
I can do like half the movies in the bin at Walmart. All the $5 movies.
Listen, I've memorized a lot of movies. I can dance pretty good.
Yeah. Son of the Mask starring Jamie Kennedy.
I'm
fucking know every line.
I'm fucking bald. You can make fun of that all day. I don't care. Just let me in. I need to eat.
A bunch of mechanics making fun of you because you're bald.
Yeah, you can you can take out the fan belt and whip me with it. I'll be the guy who sprays his teeth silver in the. That's what I was also thinking. One of those guys, those blood bag guys from Mad Max.
Oh yeah.
Oh
The
yeah.
guy who
That are
sprays his
huffing
teeth
the
silver.
spray paint?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could do that. They could be like, we need some guy to spray paint his teeth silver and go real fast and get killed. I would do that.
And number 4, and this is let me be real with you. This is 100% why I wanted to read this. Number 4, female executive officer. Parentheses XO. So that's what we call our executives officers.
Oh my god.
Female executive officer.
So this whole thing is just about this guy trying to get a girlfriend.
Well, hear me out. Perfectly fit.
Yeah.
Bisexual.
Oh my fucking god.
And able to answer to 2 people and rule the rest.
That is
So he's trying to build an apocalypse woman, is what he's trying
right.
to
A
do.
bionic apocalypse woman.
Yeah, all of that was leading up to, like, if any woman made it through all of that bullshit and finally made it to number 4.
Must also have a good appreciation of my sense of humor. Loves Herbie fully loaded.
Loves Herbie fully
Loves to hunt. Yeah. Wants to bear my seed.
Yeah, doesn't mind, the farts that result from very old canned food. You know?
Yeah, if none of the other things work out, maybe me and you can get married. Maybe me and this superwoman can spend the rest of our lives having threesomes together in Canada. No, but I mainly want to do the other thing. I mainly want to do the other thing that I said. I mainly want to do that big thing with all the people, and then we're going to have an organization and stuff. But if it doesn't work out, we could just get married, and I'd also be happy with that.
Right, but I also like the specification that they must be bisexual, because I think he's thinking, like, this person's got to make everyone happy. There's going to be a lot of people on that compound, and we need someone who can swing both ways to accommodate the full spectrum of individuals that might be on our compound.
Well, she said that she has to answer to 2 people, right?
It doesn't say who, though. One assumes it's the guy writing this.
One's the guy who's writing it, and the other's the other guy dictating it to the guy writing it.
Or it's the guy who's writing it's wife, and they're looking for a third for the thruple.
Right. It's just So it's an end times
The end
three-way
times
gangbang.
thruple, yeah.
Thruple.
Yeah, it's 3 people who are all dating.
You ever been in one of those?
Never heard of him. I mean, I've heard of them called regular things, but never a thruple.
It says, interested? Reply to this message with a recent photo and a paragraph about yourself.
Oh my god.
So, I don't
It's
know.
an opportunity.
We ready to go to Canada and be in this guy's
Everyone needs
compound?
jobs. Everyone needs jobs that take up a lot of their time. That's what this society's missing. Is it needs jobs. Everybody's living with their fucking parents and writing this kind of shit, this fantasy nonsense. Everybody's forgotten that we all die someday. I mean, seriously, imagine spending your life fantasizing about some homemade army force.
See, I think in this case, this guy's parents gave him like 30 or 40 acres in the woods, and they were like, just go out there. And
Right, he
stop
needs a
talking
job.
to
No,
us."
he needs to be working in an auto factory making cars for like on an assembly line, and he needs to work overtime and get this out of his head.
Well, presumably he doesn't, he needs a mechanic, so presumably he's not a car guy.
Right. Well, that doesn't matter. Then force him to learn.
Okay.
He needs to be disciplined.
Or
And
at
I don't
least
mean
he-
that in a sexual. I mean, he needs somebody to tell him
I think he thinks
get
he needs
off
to
the
be disciplined
computer
for sure.
and stop fantasizing.
Yeah.
That's enough fantasizing.
He doesn't need some bionic woman to tell him to lick the boot.
I mean, yeah, like,
Go back to school and become an herbiest.
yeah. You're not gonna find a bisexual
Apocalypse Nitro
leader
woman.
or whatever you're looking for. Some bisexual hot leader woman. You're gonna find that you're gonna end up getting arrested. Is what's gonna happen. I mean, it really is true that people are running wild because, all right, here's what I think. I think that people have no way to make money anymore. So
Yeah.
they're just at home and they're getting money from wherever they can get it.
Right.
And they're just staying at home, like borrowing money from their uncle or whatever, and living at home and not working. And they're thinking about crazy stuff like this. And they all need to get jobs except me.
Well, you know what to do with the time.
I mean, I really enjoy the internet. So these people are obviously misusing it and not using it for good things. I'm using it for fun things, like watch people eat old food and other stuff like that. That's normal. But I'm not trying to recruit a bisexual,
Leader.
like a
Tribal queen.
Amazon, yeah.
yeah, like I'm not just mixing and matching like women I've seen in movies into like some Craigslist ad or whatever that guy's doing.
It's like a mixture of Sigourney Weaver and
Ideally,
Herbie.
it would be actual. Ideally, it would actually be Charlize Theron, but if it can't be.
Oh, that's 100% what he's imagining.
Yeah, if it can't be her, then
Yeah.
I'm thinking Lara Croft, Sarah Connor from Terminator.
some other woman with short hair.
Yeah. I just, as long as you
Dragon
can,
tattoo lady.
as long as you can step on my my balls while you tell me I'm worthless, that's the kind of woman I'm looking
we could
for.
do that if we don't have the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can't get the like compound and everything, you can also just step on my balls.
He had to finish writing this before he had to go have dinner with his parents.
Oh, that's what I picture. All this weirdness. That's why I picture the fucking New England Wildlife and More is doing it all like while his mom's at work. I mean, it's really true. Where is he? He's like, he's got my gas card.
Yeah, yeah. I've watched enough of his videos to ascertain that I believe his family owns a campground.
Really?
Because there's a lot of footage of him going around like inspecting campsites, and I think that's the family business. Is like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's like a scrapper. He runs a campground, and he's really into drainage.
His dad
obsessed with drainage.
Drainage.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what if there wasn't any drainage? Would we all be drowned? I don't know. Because if it was up to me, that's what would be happening.
No, the roads would wash out.
Well, yeah, whatever.
That's the
That's
thing.
fine.
Well, we'd all have boats.
I could deal with that. Who cares?
We'd all have
My
hydro-
landlord tore the bathroom off my house. I could easily survive with no roads. But seriously, if I grew up in sort of a traumatic household, so you're ready for, you don't care about roads or drainage or anything. You're just like, you live in your head. There's no roads or drainage in my head.
Well, what I believe is in your head is a highly caffeinated individual. Is you
Fuck
got
yeah, I'm
yourself
drinking
some goddamn cold brew right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
good
Oh
shit.
yeah. I'm addicted to cold brew. It's my brand.
And
I'm a
figured,
big boy. I like coffee. It makes me feel good like a big boy.
I was gonna pour a little bit of fuel. I was gonna pour a little bit of fuel on that fire.
What are you talking? Wait, hold on. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about G Fuel.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, this is a Sonic the Hedgehog themed energy drink.
What is Sonic the Hedgehog?
yes. What is this? Sonic the Hedgehog? You go on.
Okay, so it's a Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic Hedgehog.
Okay, good. I like it already.
It's probably really tasty. Yeah.
Put that hedgehog in my drink.
This is the Sonic Peach Rings. So
Peach what?
this is a peach flavored energy
Peach
drink.
rings? What
Yeah.
does rings mean?
So in the video game, you can see on the thing, Sonic collects golden rings.
What's a video game?
Like Sonic the Hedgehog is such Chris's wheelhouse.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
I have a Crash Bandicoot one in the fridge, but I figured this would be a little more.
Do you have a Gordon Lightfoot themed energy drink?
We did have a Bob Ross one not that long ago.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay, so Sonic the Hedgehog in the videos goes for
rings.
for rings.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's his thing. And so this is the peach rings.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
So let's hold for a moment.
Fucking
This is
hell.
this
Talk
is everybody's favorite part of the show. Please hold. Okay.
Something so disgusting.
Does that happen a
about
lot in the show?
Oh,
Yeah, a
this
lot
is
of
the
ASMR about us
ASMR
drinking
I'm
this
section.
surprised. I listen to it all the time. The show. I don't know why I don't know what's on it.
This
Oh my
part make you
gosh,
wanna
it's like
piss? Yeah.
oh, it's like fucking sex.
Yeah.
Oh
Drinking-
no,
we're gonna
it's
drink
sex stuff.
That's why we're here. We're gonna
Oh,
about to
here
do
we
sex
go.
stuff.
Everybody is a
Hey,
fucking.
wait, hold on. Let's,
Here you go, you maniacs. Listen, can you hear the bubbles popping, you freak? Here, listen to my drink, you loser.
30% of people come during like the first.
Ooh, you're so bored since you went to the insurrection. But now you can listen to my drink fizz. It's a Sonic the Warthog peach.
Sonic the Watchdog.
Peach.
Sonic the Watchdog.
Sonic the Warthog. Peach boy.
All right, let's give it a sample.
All right.
And by the way, 300 milligrams of caffeine in this drink. So
Come on. Is
we've
that a
each-
lot? I don't even know.
We've each got. So your cold brew there, that's about 80.
Oh, get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
so-
Get out of my house.
so we're each
Get out of my house. Don't talk to about my mommy that way. My mommy has how much caffeine in her?
About 80 milligrams.
Oh, get out of
Yeah,
here.
you're holding
My
a-
mommy's loaded for bear.
You're holding 100 in your hand there, friendo.
Get out of here. Don't call me friendo. All right, so what's going to happen after this is the show for me at least.
This is where we launch.
This is when I start saying stuff that's crazy
This is where we take off.
as opposed to the normal stuff I've been saying.
I hate to say it. I like this a lot. This is good.
It just it tastes like soda, I guess. You know, peach soda.
Ooh, this is good. Holy shit.
Uh-oh. Energy drink got me like
Yeah, this tastes like Riesling.
Riesling.
Yeah, wine.
Yeah. Oh.
Sweet fucking wine. You know, you bourgeois motherfuckers who listen to this show know what Riesling is. It's what you drink at your mom's picnics or whatever.
So on the can we've got zero sugar, extreme focus, and
Wait, what? They say there's extreme focus in the ingredients?
yeah, you get extreme
I'm
focus
starting to like this Sonic.
and performance energy.
This Sonic's crazy, this
Yeah.
guy.
So we got 300 milligrams of caffeine per can in this motherfucker.
That's
so
fucking 10 cold brews.
it's time to blast off.
Is that 10 cold brews?
Whatever 300 divided by 80 is.
We really should have
Holy
brought some
fuck.
water. Should have brought in something to temper all this caffeine.
There's water right there. You can use some of that water.
Ooh.
Use it. You can use it with your
the
mouth.
Water it down.
You can use it with your mouth and body. Okay, so this is great. Okay, so
Yeah.
Sonic the Warthog is make some good ass whatever this is.
Yeah,
Zero calories.
Zero calories. Make
at
some
that.
good chemicals. We've talked about G Fuel before. The last G Fuel we had was the racist YouTuber PewDiePie.
Oh, are you serious?
Has an energy drink made by them as well. We talked about that one, and that one was not good. And I'm not just saying that because he's a shithead, but it was legit not that good. I actually like this peach ring thing.
I don't know what it's going to do to my peach ring later on, but I definitely
Peach
need some
ring.
water.
Peach ring.
Yeah.
Peach ring. What's your favorite drink? Peach ring. Sonic the Hedgehog. G Unit. It's a G Unit peach ring. From my friend Sonic. The crazy dog.
The crazy dog. Did you ever play Sonic the Hedgehog?
Nope. It had not been invented.
It came out in 1990, Chris.
Well, whatever. In 1990, I was already doing heroin. I didn't fuck around with cartoon weasels. I was out on the streets having unprotected sex.
Wow.
With fire hydrants. I was on the streets. I was on the Lower East Side. I was playing punk rock music. I was not watching a Hedgehog or whatever.
Wow. I misjudged this. I actually was thinking, I was like, 1990. I was like, I feel like he would have had some exposure to
1990,
this character.
I was in college, actually.
Yeah. That's when people played video games.
Street college.
School of Hard Knocks.
Dance college.
I really was in. I was in school, so I was not. I was drunk in school. I was not. But I didn't have a video game system at college. I just drank a lot.
Gotcha.
I just drank. That was my main thing. Drinking replaced all my interests for like fucking from like 1988 to 2010. So seriously, that's the gap. It's not like I should know about Sonic. I mean, I do. I'm aware of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sure.
I know that he's vice president of the United States.
when he ran the upside down loop at the inauguration, it was amazing.
Oh my god!
All of the Hedgehog.
That speech he made about the fucking rings at the Olympics.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do know who Sonic the Hedgehog is.
Sure.
Great statesman, and head of
The great pacifier. Yeah.
head of the Ford Motor Company, and
The great annihilator. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes. So like it happens a lot when I'm on the Daily Zeitgeist. Is they will, Miles will. I mean, just bring up movies that I should have seen, but I was drunk. I mean, I just didn't go to the movies. I drank. Instead, I've told this a million times, but just on purpose, because I thought movies were for bourgeois idiots, and I was in the real the arena with the gladiators, drinking beer and smoking. I really thought, and it's all Charles Bukowski's fault. It's 100% Charles Bukowski's fault. And it really is. And it's the reason Charles Bukowski is the reason I don't know about Sonic the Hedgehog. And I resent him for it because now I look like a fool.
And now it's Sonic the Hedgehog's everywhere.
Now I'm recovered and I want to know about Sonic the Warthog, and I don't know about him, and I'm upset.
I'll bring my Sega Genesis over here sometime, and
I didn't
play.
see Forrest Gump. I didn't see I didn't see Jurassic Park until like 2 weeks ago. I didn't see fucking. I don't know what else is a good movie from then. I don't know whatever movie you're supposed to see from the 90s. I didn't see.
Okay.
You didn't see Clueless?
I didn't see The Witches of Eastwick.
And I was robbed. God damn it! Jack Nicholson's amazing.
You didn't see Jumanji?
You didn't see Meet Joe. So wait, you failed to meet Joe Black?
I did not see Meet Joe Black.
You didn't see Joe versus the volcano?
I didn't see any of the Joes
Joe's
do
apartment?
anything. I didn't see any of the Joes do anything.
The Tao of
I didn't
Steve?
see Joe Dirt. I didn't see any of the Joes.
Joe Dirt, that was a good one.
I did see the Tao of Steve. Was that one about like?
With Donald Logue?
Oh God, I hated that fucking movie.
I saw it on a plane.
It was like supposed to be an art film of the moment for from like 2003 or something.
Yeah. I saw it it was one of those where back in the day when you couldn't, the technology had advanced far enough to where there were TVs on the back of all the headrests on the plane. But it hadn't advanced to the on-demand yet, so you could just watch whatever was playing. You could either have it on or off. Mm-hmm. So I remember, we were going to Paris, and it was they showed The Perfect Storm, The Tao of Steve, and then The Perfect Storm again, and then the beginning of The Tao of Steve, and then we landed.
That's interesting because I saw The Perfect Storm in the theater. So I think it's funny with the movies I did choose to see. Like, I obviously thought that
actually, I want the list.
Like I fell for that. You know what I mean? I was like, I think I need to see this. I need
to see Bicentennial Man.
I know movies are for bourgeois pigs, but
Bicentennial Man.
But I've got to see The Perfect Storm because I heard Marky Mark is really good in it.
The bourgeois pigs will have their turn to watch.
Yeah, I can't miss this. I'm not watching no Jumanji, but I will check out this fine art called The Perfect Storm.
I'm not watching Joe Manji's apartment or whatever.
No,
the fuck
I'm not going to watch. Yeah, I'm not going to watch. Meet Joe Volcano Apartment Dirt. It's so funny how many things are Joe. People like that word.
It's an average Joe,
Yeah, people like talking about Joe.
A regularness.
Joe Black is about Benedict Cumberbatch when he was. It was about when he was too old and he went backwards and now he's like winning Oscars and stuff. It's like a documentary about Benedict Cumberbatch. Meet Joe Black, because he used to be known as Meet Joe Black or Joe Black before he was Benedict Cumberbatch. Like seriously, yeah. For the whole 90s, he was a big actor or tried to be, and he got real old, and then they reversed it, and now he's a huge star. His name is Benedict
Thundercrack.
Yeah, Benedict Thundercrack. And that's a tribute to branding. And so that the whole movie's about branding.
That's the
Meet Joe Black.
Yeah.
Meet Joe Black was about meeting the old Benedict Cumberbatch before he was successful. And that is 100% because of that peach ring shit you gave me.
yeah.
Everything I just said.
That's what it's about.
Everything I just said.
Kicking it to that next gear.
I was making sense.
Yeah.
This was the podcast that was going to make me.
Yeah. You've gone from Crofton to Super Crofton.
You sabotaged me.
Much like Sonic goes from Sonic to Supersonic.
You sabotaged me.
You are golden.
You knew I was doing good.
I mean, you got on your Bozcax.
Rivers knew I was doing good, and he was like, here, how can we fucking get Crofton to go off the rails? Because he's making sense, and I don't like it. So here, I'm going to give him some of this fucking peach ring shit, and it's going to double humiliate him because he's not going to know what any of it is either.
You just got to know it's chemicals that makes your brain fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so now I sound like an idiot. So you've done it.
No.
Again, Langley.
No,
You brought me on this podcast to make a fool out of me.
You don't sound like an idiot. You sound like you have extreme
Don't
focus.
patronize me. It's too late. I know what's going on here.
Sorry, we trapped you into.
You did it again. Goods from the woods. Passive aggressive from the woods.
I've got breaking news from Bensalem, Pennsylvania. And I wanted to shout out our friends because both of these people sent me this almost simultaneously on Twitter this morning. So shout out to Michael Rivera at boom_Mike85 listening in North Carolina, and shout out to Tom Sherlock at _Tom Sherlock listening in Utah. Both of them, like, within minutes of each other, were like, hey, are you going to talk about this? You're going to talk about this? And yes, I am. So this is Bensalem, Pennsylvania, which is in Bucks County. And this is from the Bucks County Courier-Times. Police are actively investigating a brawl at a popular Bensalem buffet restaurant Friday afternoon around 4:30 p.m. at the Golden Corral Buffet.
Oh, I saw this morning.
There is a 3-minute video of a crazy battle royale in the middle of a Golden Corral. People are wielding tables. Like, there's people with the baby high chairs, and that's funny.
Right,
like,
yeah.
swinging them around, people beating the shit out of each other.
What's happening?
I'm going to tell you, and we'll put the video up on our Twitter so people can see it because it's incredible. So Bensalem Director of Public Safety William McVeigh did not have an exact count of how many people were involved, but officers believed it was more than 40.
Holy shit.
The Royal Rumble was last weekend. That's only 30 people brawling in the ring. This was 40 people.
So this is like staff too.
This is a melee. Crazy melee. The video of the incident has since gone viral online. The fight left the dining room heavily damaged and sent people fleeing for safety. Quote, I'd never seen nothing like that in the Golden Corral before, former employee Dylan Becker said. Becker, who used to work at the Bensalem Golden Corral, said that he was told by a current employee about the initial altercation. From what I heard, it was over steak. Apparently someone cut in line.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, that was like what that had to be. It had to be a shortage of food of some kind.
His friend had heard the same details. Quote, there was a shortage of steak and 2 parties were involved and one family cut in front of another family. They were taking their time and they ran out of steak and it got into a heated exchange at the tables. Police were not aware of any serious injuries and no arrests have been made as of Monday, but the police have seen the video. The business reopened on Sunday, and at this point, the police believe that an argument between customers over steak started the fight. So,
You think anyone in there was vaccinated?
it doesn't. It appears no one is doing the mask thing. They're just breathing on each other. When you see a guy pick up a dinner table by himself and wield it,
Sure.
it's impressive. I gotta say, like, that was the thing, because anybody could
Good
pick up a
steaks.
chair.
Yeah.
Anybody could pick up one of those baby high chairs. That's the weapon I'd go for, by the way, because it's the lightest. It's lighter than a chair. It's kind of a square, so you can really get some oomph behind it.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
could really
awkward.
hurt somebody with it.
Yeah, hell yeah. But a dude straight up goes down and puts the leg of a table into a headlock and picks the entire thing up and just starts swinging it around.
No, yeah, that's a good
And
call.
this is at a... Have you guys, either of you guys, been to a Golden Corral?
Fuck yes, I have.
Oh, you have?
It's
Okay.
been, it's been a while, but yeah, I think so.
I
Figures you bourgeois pigs would have been to it. I was busy
The
drinking.
bourgeoisie does not.
When you were at, I was doing poetry. I was doing poetry slams while you guys were.
The Southeast
As if that's-
bourgeois elite is going to Golden Corral to get diabetes. You bourgeois.
I was going to
pigs.
say it's literally this is the exact opposite of bourgeois.
I don't even know what bourgeois means.
They
If no one's noticed, at this point,
The way you've been wielding that word is very impressive.
yeah.
it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun word to use.
Yeah.
It can mean a lot of things.
Calling someone a bourgeois
I
pig.
use it for everything.
The professional managerial class avoids the chocolate fountain at Golden Corral at all costs.
But I consider eating indoors to be a sellout move. That's how pure I am. That's how pure of a poet I am. It's like, ooh, Mr. Eat Indoors.
I eat my dinner in the gutter.
Yeah. I don't even eat dinner. I eat ashes and words.
This guy's got integrity coming out of his
I
ears.
eat ashes and words and art and thoughts. I don't eat food. Food is for bourgeois pigs. So anyway, so you guys have been to Golden Corral.
Oh yeah. Golden Corral is a staple down in down in Alabama.
So what is it? It's a buffet.
It's a huge buffet,
Yeah.
and their big gimmick is they have a meat carving station in the middle. So as you go around, they have a big salad bar, they have a big hot bar where you can get, they have a thing called like Bourbon Street Chicken, which is just teriyaki chicken that they don't call that for some reason.
Yeah.
And then they have their meat carving station. So you can literally walk up and be like, I want a medium rare steak, and they'll cook
Do
it
you know
for
you can teriyaki anything?
Ice cream.
You can teriyaki fucking notebook paper. It's fucking. You can teriyaki fucking anything.
What's the most interesting thing you've teriyaki?
Oh man, I mean, just like if you're hungry or whatever, I mean, you can lick the teriyaki off of something too. So I just put teriyaki on like my arm or lick lick the teriyaki off of my hand or whatever. What is teriyaki? Yeah, I'm just saying teriyaki is highly portable and you can teriyaki anything. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You can teriyaki a car seat if you have a paintbrush and some teriyaki. I think teriyaki is a funny thing, you know. Teriyaki is just like something that's a flavoring device in this country, and I think in probably wherever it's originated, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
Japan?
If someone in Japan came here and said, "Can I have some teriyaki?" and someone just took out a paintbrush and like put it on a hamburger, this is a teriyaki hamburger. What are you talking about? It just has like some salt paste on it. Yes, that's teriyaki. That's why it's so easy to teriyaki things. I have teriyaki in my arm while I watch television. And anyway, you get the idea. So
But yeah, they've got a meat carving station. You can get you get turkey, you can get chicken, you can get steak.
Okay,
and
so
prime rib, all that.
I
shit.
want to know one thing, Rivers Langley.
Yeah.
If you were in the fucking Golden Corral,
I don't-
and they ran out of meat,
Then
would you go berserk?
No.
Why not? What else is there to
Because
eat?
you go over to the hot
Is there enough
side.
other stuff to eat?
Fuck yes. Because the meat, I honestly, if you want the real truth, I
want the real truth.
I
You
usually
kidding me?
don't.
I don't want the-
usually don't fuck with the meat carving station.
Holy
I just
shit.
go to the damn hot bar because they've got
The damn hot
they got the
bar.
macaroni and cheese. They got the Bourbon Street chicken. They've got the broccoli rice and cheese casserole. They've got chili and
Okay,
like,
you
hot
seem
dogs and
upset
shit.
right now. Would you like to hit me with a baby high chair?
You don't give me a chili cheese corn dog and call it a steak
Listen,
dinner.
to tell you the truth, I don't even
motherfucker.
fuck with the hot bar or whatever. I'm fucking. He's already agitated. So it is a rage. It's a place that induces rage.
No, it shouldn't. If you're a normal person,
But there's a lot of opinions about the other people and what they're eating and
yeah, because they
whose
always
section
there's
they
always a
like.
goddamn there's always a goddamn line at the meat carving station.
Okay, so this thing was a time bomb.
Yeah, like,
This thing was a powder cake. Okay, breaking news.
Well, it was
Golden Corral is a fucking powder cake.
Well, I believe I said this on the show before the pandemic. It was a biological time bomb because they also have in the dessert bar, because in addition to a meat carving station, a hot bar, a salad bar, they've also got a dessert bar, which has
I'm
like
getting
cakes,
angry now.
cookies, soft serve.
Fuck that.
food.
Soft serve.
No, but here's the thing that they also have. They have have you ever been to a wedding where they have the big chocolate fountain where you dip They have one of those at every Golden Corral in America. And so there is just a running chocolate fountain where children can stick their disgusting fingers into a chocolate fountain with the brownies and whatever shit they get with the. They're supposed to use the skewer sticks,
and it gets recycled
to the top.
Holy fuck.
So like I said, I think before the pandemic, I even said on this show, like, it's the most disgusting thing.
That's
ever.
incredible.
And they only added it probably, I'd say 10 years ago. Before that, Golden Corral, you could go and just not think about germs.
Fountain.
But if you actually go in there and just look at that chocolate fountain and think about the recycled.
What's on a child's hand? Like everything.
The worst.
Staph infection.
I would rather have a pigeon from like Santa Monica Pier dunked in a chocolate fountain before a child's hand.
Oh my God. Let's do that. Let's do what you just said for our show.
Deep fry a pigeon.
Whatever.
Stick it in there.
I want to go. That just made me want to go to the beach in general. You just
like, when's the last time I've been to the beach?
Yeah. I just wanted to actually. Now I want to capture a gull. I've never done that before. Or no, you said a pigeon.
Either one.
You just jump on one and get it.
They're both gross. I think pigeons slightly grosser because at least seagulls get in the water and swim around. You know, they're slightly washed.
Interesting.
I'd
like to look at your gull and pigeon diagrams.
I do have thoughts.
What are these on the wall? These appear to be crude sketches of birds. Oh, that's just me. I'm just trying to decide which is dirtier, a pigeon or a seagull. I think seagulls are okay.
They're like combing through me and Patrick's bodies, and Rivers is in the paddy wagon.
Why is there a child's high chair in here?
It's got blood on the side.
Holy,
it's got blood on the side.
I don't know what restaurant would you go crazy at if they ran out of food?
Trader Joe's. I was gonna say Trader Joe's is a restaurant.
Oh, for me it is.
Yeah,
you kidding me?
yeah.
Oh boy,
me too. A lot of times, yeah.
Break. Sometimes I can't help but dig in,
dude. Yeah,
that's a buffet to me.
Seriously, you get that Italian wrap, and you get a Caesar salad for like $9.
Yeah, and if you eat shit in the bathroom, you don't have to pay for it. You can catch me. I'll be right out because they let you use the bathroom. The employee bathrooms there.
Oh yeah,
and they'll be banging on the door. I'm in there eating an Italian wrap, and I come out and they're like, what are you doing there?
Why do you smell like salami?
Business. You want me to call the police? You ask your customers what they do in there. Did you eat an Italian wrap in there? No, certainly not. I'll be arrested for even the implication. No, but I don't really eat that much stuff in Trader Joe's, but I do consider Trader Joe's is like, unfortunately, has become like the only place I know how to eat. I know how to eat there. I can get the wrap that I know and the fucking drink that I know.
Yeah.
It's awful, really. It really is. I don't know how to choose anything anywhere else. I'm like, they don't have Trader Joe's wraps.
They don't have buffalo chicken.
Do you have a bag of salad that comes with a dressing in it?
And a little tiny fork?
And like some nuts in the little baggie? You don't have that? Okay, well then come back to me. I'm not kidding. Like
you order Scandinavian swimmers at a
I don't know what to
restaurant.
get. I don't know what to get anywhere, and I just copy other people's orders, and sometimes that doesn't work out that well. But I mean, I'll get whatever anybody said. I'm like whatever they said, and I'll end up with vegan something.
Yeah. Well, so the Trader Joe's shuts down, and then you just see Chris walking out. He's got war paint on, a bow and arrow somehow, and you're just ready to kick ass.
Yeah, fucking whatever that guy's name is, QAnon shaman.
Yeah. Yeah, you're full on Jake and Jelly.
Oh yeah. They don't have those fruit bars.
Buffalo horns.
That's when I'll fucking start hitting people with baby height chairs. If they run out of fucking fruit bars at fucking Trader Joe's, those fucking ice. Popsicles.
Yeah,
you know those
dude.
ones I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course.
Fucking hell, man.
Those are the shit, man.
Who needs to go to college just to eat one of those? I'm not kidding. I feel better than I ever felt in my life when I eat one of those. If I eat a fruit bar from Trader Joe's, those fucking popsicles, I feel like nothing can stop me for like 20 minutes.
And then you just eat another one.
Yeah, and then I eat another one that's never as good, and it's, same thing. Get high on your own supply and all that stuff.
You come out of the bathroom with a bunch of popsicle sticks.
Oh, I'm not kidding.
Like, sir,
oh, yeah. What the fuck were you doing in there? I have brain freeze.
You have a shrimp bib
Sir,
on.
do you have a... I'm sorry, don't talk to me right now. I got a brain freeze. Why'd you get a brain freeze in the bathroom?
from shitting.
That's what I get. It's none of your fucking business. I'll call the police.
Shrimp bib is a funny word.
You wanted me to get my doctor on the phone? You want to talk to my doctor?
I think I've said this before. My friend Tom was trying to figure out what would be the opposite. They say that the two words when put together, cellar door, is like supposed to be like a beautifully flowing couplet of the English language, and he was trying to figure out what the opposite would be, and the two that he came up with were blimp lunch and both sofas.
That's not good. Yeah,
but shrimp bib is pretty good for
Shrimp
just
bib.
unappealing. Just two words.
It
that
works
just
for everything.
fall out of your mouth like duty.
Have you guys been to one of those all you can eat or not all you can eat, but like they're called shrimp attack or shrimp it's like
attack.
it's like a LA thing where it's like
bag of
you get a
seafood.
fucking huge bag.
Oh, like
yeah,
Cajun
Hot
crawfish.
shrimp.
Boiling shrimp.
Yeah, boiling bag of-
crab.
What's it called?
It's called juicy,
shrimp
juicy crawfish. Or
catastrophe.
something.
Juicy crawfish.
Yeah,
juicy
hot
crab.
and juicy crawfish is what it's called.
That's not what it's called. It's called like
there's
shrimp
there's a bunch of
catastrophe.
them.
It really is. Or
Shrimp
like,
apocalypse.
Shrimpocalypse.
It's
yes.
something like that. It's some play on like shrimp, like overload or something. And when I moved out here, this guy, like when you move to a new city, you end up being friends with people that you're not friends with for very, very long.
Sure, yeah.
And so like this guy took me to this. He's like, man, every birthday I go to Shrimp Silo. And I go, and it's like they just kill you.
I put my mouth up to the shrimp spigot.
And they kill you with shrimp. You know, it's like you pay like $20 and they kill you with shrimp, or it's all you can eat shrimp or something. And I was like, and he was like, made it sound like that was great. He's like, they give you, and I was like thinking, if they give you unlimited shrimp, like they're not going to be good. Like they're going to be shrimp that they got from somewhere bad or something. You know what I mean? They're going to be shrimp they got this
freezer burnt.
Any place
Extra
you go,
iodine.
You're not like the whole point with shrimp is you don't get unlimited shrimp. I mean, they're not even interesting if you have unlimited shrimp. Like there's a reason why
nothing
shrimp
is.
cocktails are attractive because there's like 6 on the thing.
Right.
If there were like 300 on the thing, no one would get a shrimp cocktail because there'd just be like the least. You want the shrimp disaster or whatever?
You want a metric ton of shrimp?
Yeah. Do you want the shrimp avalanche or whatever it would be called instead of a cocktail? So we went there, and I remember, like, it was disgusting. It was a bag of hot sauce full of shrimp with like heads on them, and like there was like 40 of them in there, and he was like, "Oh man, this is the life." He was seriously like, "Thanks for coming to this. Thanks for coming to this restaurant. This is my favorite place in the world, where I get a bag of marinara sauce with drowning shrimp in it." And I was like, "Oh God!" I left feeling so sick. It cost a bunch of money. I mean, because it's like $20 all you can eat shrimp, but then I don't know. They get you on a bunch of other stuff.
They get you on the bibs and the t-shirts.
Yeah, something like that. It's like, yeah, but it's like $80 for a fork or whatever.
They save money by not removing the heads and the legs and stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know why would shrimp be like considered a rare delicacy in some places, but then in other places they can fucking drown you or knock you out with them or whatever. You know, like the shrimp knockout, $20. What kind of shrimp are these?
Yeah.
That reminds me of when I went to the fucking Italian restaurant and got calamari that was made out of pig rectum.
Oh, yeah. They say that like a pretty large quotient of what people buy as calamari in a restaurant is actually,
Pig anus?
pig bunghole. Yeah.
Pig rectum. They fucking slice it up and it's too uniform. And so I got these like, calamari. I was like, what are these? Why are they so perfect?
Yeah.
Fucking pig rectum. And it was at this fucking place in Tennessee, of course. Tennessee, like fucking like some pike.
Yeah.
Some fucking
Dickerson or
Nolansville pike fucking calamari. I'm like, wow, it's so slick looking. You really got your calamari dialed in here in fucking rural Tennessee.
he's got a connection.
Yeah, you must have a lot of squid out here, huh? What, do you raise them in above ground pools? No, that's pig rectum. We just call it calamari.
No. See, that is pig rectum.
I
It's
know
funny you bring that up.
So I had that all you can eat shrimp place within the bag with the hot sauce, and it was horrible. And then he yelled at the server.
Oh no!
And I never hung out with him again.
Well,
What did he yell at her?
I don't know, but it was dead serious yelling at a server, and I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
Like, I used to be a
fuck
server.
that.
I don't you can't yell at servers like that. Like he did it a couple times. He did it another time we hung out, and then
Why
he
is
did
there
it.
so much shrimp?
Yeah.
He just took out his frustrations on servers, and I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was like,
look.
"But you get me, right?"
I don't know what it was all about. It was something about like proving he was dangerous or something. I don't know what he was trying to prove. It was just me and him.
knife trick.
It was just me and him there. I mean, like he was trying to intimidate me or something. Like you'll get this if you're not careful or something. Maybe? I'll talk to you like I talked to this server if you don't play along and say you like this bag of shrimp. He was an interesting guy. I'm saying this just because in case he's listening. Like he was an interesting guy though. He did actually. When I moved from Tennessee. When I moved from. Oh, this is it. It's going down. I can't talk right anymore because of that fucking ring.
The G Fuel.
The fucking weasel ring.
The weasel ring.
The weasel ring cider is taking me down. I'm on the downward slope of Caffeine Mountain. Anyway, when you move to a new city, you end up like, I'm grateful for that guy like taking me out to some places. He showed me Philippe's, the fucking
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
the
French
French
tip place.
yeah.
He took me some places. It was nice, but we had to break up. That happens with a bunch like of friends when you first move somewhere. But
Oh God, yeah.
let's name them. You want to name everybody?
I was gonna say
Sure, yeah, let's
Has this happened to
address
you
them by
guys?
name.
Let's name them.
when I was
Not me. I've retained all my friends.
when I
You've only been here for a little while, so you're probably still in the cycle. Are you going out to dinner with anybody who yells at waiters?
No.
Good.
No, yeah, no. I just heat in my car alone pretty
That's
much.
smart.
Oh, that's the way to
smart.
do it.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, that way you don't get any fights. In
No
the
fights.
restaurant.
No shrimp enemas, no fights, no friends.
But I talked to someone else who likes that shrimp. Some people like that. I think it's crazy.
Yeah, that place is right by Carly's house, the Hot and Juicy Crawfish.
They've got them everywhere. The old Westwood Brew Co.
It's
is now
always
one of
it's
those.
always
Yeah,
popping.
maybe it wasn't shrimp. Maybe it's fucking crawfish.
Well, they have them all. Like it's just a bag of all the
it's just
crustaceans.
a big, like saucy bag of
Where are they getting these bags?
like hospitals.
That's what I want to know. I mean, I'm serious. Where are they getting the fucking bags? Shrimp don't live in bags. Neither do crawfish.
Yeah, it's recycled medical waste bags. And,
Yeah, it's all-
volcanoes.
Why would a bag be a suitable delivery option for anything in a restaurant? No one wants a plastic bag at their table, do they?
I mean, depends
I
on
don't
what's
know.
in
I've
it.
never been to a restaurant because I'm a poet, but
Yeah, bourgeois pigs eat it.
bourgeois pigs probably don't like plastic bags, but how would I know?
Eat shrimp out of garbage bags. That's what bourgeois pigs do.
But seriously, here's a bag of hot sauce with some fucking head-on shrimp in it. Oh boy, I can't believe it's my birthday again. I do this every year just to remind myself that I'm a fucking weirdo.
It's not every day you turn 43.
Yeah, it's not every day you turn 43, and there's only one way to celebrate it, with a bag of marinara sauce with some animals in it.
Yeah, I'll save some time to get the pitcher of beer.
Do you have any other stuff that comes in bags, or is just a shrimp?
You got cake in a
Yeah,
bag.
you serve everything in bags? Because I don't want any plates around here. That's how I am on my birthday. I like everything to come in a bag.
Birthday cake in a bag.
Yeah, I want
You have
everything in a
Go-Gurt.
bag. I love plastic bags, and I can't have them usually. Special occasion.
Special occasion for me.
Yeah, that way it feels like. Did you say dry cleaning? Did you say it?
No, I
I was just thinking about dry cleaning. I like, because dry cleaning to me is a luxury. I can't afford to dry clean my dry clean only stuff, and so plastic bags I associate with high class and money because that's what they put dry cleaning in. So I want all my food in plastic bags this birthday, so it can feel like I'm eating high class dry cleaning.
And cadavers, I think they put in plastic
Yes.
bags too.
I can't usually afford things that come in plastic bags. So give me a bag of your finest shrimp. Make sure to completely saturate it in fucking.
This place fucking kicks ass, doesn't it?
He's like, isn't this incredible? Where the fuck is my fork?
Give me a bag for the chocolate fountain. I'm gonna just fill the bag with the chocolate.
Feces fountain. I've been to.
It's what your ass looks like after eating at these places.
That is fucked up though. That they have a
yeah.
chocolate fountain at a public place
That's
like
Golden
that with
Corral.
kids.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat anywhere with kids around.
I was gonna say it might be fun to go to Golden Corral with you. There's one not too far
Let's
from
do a
here.
live podcast.
That's what I'm
with Golden
saying.
Corral.
Let's do it. That'll be the next
And I
one.
will we each get our eyes on a fucking high chair.
Yeah,
Out of the corner of our eye so we know which one we're gonna get.
Yeah.
When the steak shit goes down.
That's what they say.
right.
When you go to Golden Corral, you got to find the biggest guy in there and hit him with a high chair.
yeah.
Just so
Right away to establish.
Just to establish.
Or you give him your steak.
Like
or you
prison?
give him your steak. Or you immediately give him your steak. Just let him know that you want to play ball.
That's what they say about Golden Corral.
That's
Make
funny.
someone your bitch the first
That's
day.
fucking funny.
Let's go to that little pizza place. No.
I want a roast beef sandwich.
I need something fast.
No, I don't have a lot of money.
What about a burger?
I want a salad.
No.
A taco salad.
No.
Burger.
Salad.
No. Burger. Good to see we're all in agreement. Power lunch at Golden Corral.
I've never seen nothing like that in Golden Corral before.
So last week we discussed an interesting thing that happened in Paris back in 1808, where there was a duel between two French gentlemen in hot air balloons, where they each shot at each other. In the past, we have talked about in episode 273 that we did with Samir Suri, we talked about some royalty and some interesting ways that the kings have died over the years. Corona Diaries number 45, we discussed the fact that the president of Segway
Went off a cliff and died.
drove a Segway off of a 70-foot cliff in
Shows
Yorkshire,
him.
England, and
Shows
died.
him.
Yeah, so
Good riddance, bitch.
and if you scroll down on Wikipedia on all of those things to the bottom, they are all contained in this list that I've been obsessed with for years. But I figure this would be a fun time to do the greatest hits off of this list.
Okay,
and
but I got a good idea.
Yeah.
This is something that's true, too, that you probably don't know.
What's that?
The man who invented the guillotine chopped his own head off with a guillotine.
Did he get-
And the man who invented the beef stew cooked himself to
Dinty
death.
Moore. That's how Dinty Moore died.
He cooked himself to death in beef stew. So it's just like that Segway guy.
The lonesome death of
It's the
Dinty
same
Moore.
one as that Segway guy. It's like the guy who invented the umbrella who got killed by an umbrella.
Yeah.
That's happened like to almost every inventor.
The slap chop guy. He got slap chopped to death.
And what about the elephant that invented electricity? Got electrocuted to death. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah. There's a
The guy who invented the hospital went up in the Great Hospital Fire.
Yeah. The guy who invented the hot dog fell in the hot dog machine. This is a long.
Oscar Mayer. That's how he went
Oscar
out.
Mayer was turned into a hot dog, and the irony was rich.
So all of those are contained in a fantastic Wikipedia article that is the list of unusual deaths.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
So I combed the list and I was going to share some of my favorite
Please
entries.
do. I hope I die in an unusual way.
So this one happened in 1387. Charles II of Navarre, also known as Charles the Bad.
Oh yeah.
I
I remember that guy.
He was known for repeatedly switching sides during the 100 Years War, which made all of his subjects hate him because basically he thought he should be the king of France, and then they gave another guy the job, and so he just raided the treasury of Navarre to wage war against France to try to get the throne the whole time, and essentially just used his country that he was supposed to be ruling as a bank account and was never there. So they fucking hated the guy.
Okay.
By 1387, he was 54 years old. And
What a loser.
and he was seriously ill, as would happen in the Middle Ages, just racked with
Yeah, he probably stepped
plague and dropsy and
Stepped on a mouse or whatever.
exactly all the afflictions. And he was confined to his palace in Pamplona, and he was worn out by his wicked life. So his critics claim. So doctors were summoned, and the bedridden king was prescribed a holy body wrap, which is a linen that you are to be sewn into,
Like a mummy
and
situation?
then the linen is soaked in brandy. So the king was to be sewn into it was an alcoholic shroud.
I call that a jerk wrap. That's what I sew myself into when I jerk off.
An alcoholic shroud.
Yeah, I didn't die from it.
you paid good money to
did
get
he
that.
die in it?
So he was supposed to be sewn into this alcoholic shroud, and then the alcohol was supposed to soak into his skin and cure his ailments.
yeah.
And so there was a chambermaid who was sewing him into the wrap. and she did not have scissors to cut the last thread.
Oh, come on now.
So she instead decided to use a candle
get out
to
of town.
burn the thread.
Fucking idiot.
And of course, that set the alcohol on
my
fire.
God.
And he's now sewn into a bag of alcohol, and he's on fire. And the chambermaid ran out of the room screaming, and he burned alive, wrapped up inside of a alcohol-soaked shroud.
Wow.
I think being burned alive is probably a pretty bad way to go.
That's
but
fucking horrible.
particularly
Especially when you're already sick.
You're already sick.
But you're drunk.
You're drunk. People are already call you Charles the Bad. You know.
He probably knew that. Like once you're getting sewn into a brandy bag, you're probably like, I don't like the feel. I feel bad about this whole operation. You know what I mean? Like he probably was like, I don't think this is going to end well. Has anyone ever gotten better from a brandy bag?
I mean, that was the prescription
Billy
at the time.
Joel.
They were
like
trying a lot of things.
Oh yeah, some wizard.
Billy Joel.
Sew him into a brandy bag and give him 2 whiskers of a kitten in the morning.
In 1567, Hans Steininger, who is the burgomaster, also known as the mayor of Braunau, Austria, and yes,
get out of here.
Braunau, Austria.
Braunau, that is Hitler's hometown, by the way, in case you were wondering.
Past is all fake. This is all fake.
So he died when he broke his neck by tripping over his own beard. His beard was.
I like that.
His beard was 4.5 feet long at the time.
Oh yeah.
And typically he kept his beard rolled up in a leather pouch, but on this particular day, he went dicks out with his beard and tripped over it and snapped his neck.
Commando.
That's
with
how
his beard.
the ZZ Top died.
Dusty Hill, yeah, Dusty Hill died the same way.
You hate to see that.
Yeah, that's how ZZ Top died.
If you want to fly that close to the sun and grow your beard that long, you're running the risk.
That's so good, man. I wonder if any baristas in East Nashville keep their beard in a leather pouch.
It's just the curled mustache. If the curled mustache like pokes you in the eye,
Major
Two
indie
little
rock.
thimbles on either side.
I bet like fucking what's his name? What's the name of that
Jason
guy? He used to
Aldean.
be like the folk guy who was like whimsical as shit. This was from like a long time ago now, actually. Devendra Banhart. I bet he carries around his fucking beard in a bag. And his girlfriend probably carries the bag. He makes her. I don't want to carry your beard bag.
I used to make indie folk.
Yeah, remember that? Freak folk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, freak folk.
Hell yeah, dude. Drakkar Sauna from Lawrence, Kansas. They were fucking rule.
It was like illegal to wash your balls. That's what made it freaky.
1891, Sir William Payne Galloway, a former British member of Parliament, died after sustaining severe internal injuries when he fell on a turnip while hunting.
That's definitely a lie.
Yeah, that's an excuse.
That's a sex thing in the woods. I mean, that's like because
you can break your back trying to, fall on your own turnip. You know what I'm saying?
Hoisted by your own turnip.
do they have any details of how that happened?
They were hunting in the woods and he was running and somebody left a turnip on the ground.
He was running
and he fell on the turnip.
Someone left a turnip on the ground. It was not a naturally occurring turnip.
I mean,
was somebody's lunch that they left?
They were eating a turnip like
It
an
was a
apple.
wizard's lunch.
It was Mario 2. It was actually Mario 2.
Who has like a little
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. He fell on a bunch of rings.
Sonic the Hedgehog left his turnip in the woods.
Yeah, he hit his head on Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
This is someone who has got like the little Prince Valiant haircut, walking around being a little trickster.
That's the kind of shit they ate back then for lunch. A turnip. Just that.
Times were tough. Hard times, Daddy.
People were
Hard times.
jealous. Ooh, turnip.
So you didn't get a bag of hot shrimp then.
Yeah. And people didn't even. Yeah. People don't know these insurrection people. They're mad because their internet's too slow or whatever they're fucking mad about. Back in the old days, they'd be fucking walking through the woods, fucking holding a turnip, and they'd be happy.
You didn't have to drink Sonic the Hedgehog piss and eat
Whatever.
shrimp
Sonic the
bags.
Hedgehog. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog was a real hedgehog back then.
June 4th, 1923. Irish jockey Frank Hayes is riding a 20-1 outsider called Sweet Kiss in a steeplechase horse race at Belmont Park Racetrack in Elmont, New York. Sweet Kiss won the race despite the fact that Frank died of a heart attack halfway through.
Oh my god!
So he was just like flopping along his dead body on top of it.
A horse won a race with a dead jockey on its back.
That says more about the sport of the entire sport.
Yes,
Like,
it does. It definitely does.
There must be a human strapped to the horse, or it doesn't count.
If you tape someone to a rocket, that's racing.
That's what I thought about. Like I thought about that a long time ago. Like why because the only reason they have jockeys is because they're small. So the idea that you're trying to make your horse race like faster by having the smallest human you can have on it,
right?
Like, you're telling me that that's why I was like, somebody should just tape a baby to a horse and see if they.
See if they win.
See if the horse can win, and say that baby's a jockey. Like, I mean, seriously, the idea that like you're trying to size up your jockey. Like, maybe can I remove part of your legs? Just like, you know what I mean? Like, you are small, you're a good jockey and everything. But
you tape a riding crop to the baby's hand.
Like to shorten your calf. I'd like to medically shorten your calves. Does that make you mad? For an extra 1 mile an hour.
You fuse your feet to your knees like Cotton Hill.
I mean, seriously, like, I think you're a great athlete and I respect you, but I'd also like to make you smaller.
If you're drunk on enough mint juleps, you're like, is that a baby strapped to a
Oh yeah, that's when you call running the horse wild. But that doesn't really work because they need people to guide them. But I mean, it's a good idea. I'm interested in the future of it.
February 1974, Basil Brown, 48 years old, a health food advocate from Croydon, England.
When was this?
1974.
Oh, okay. I was going to say health food when? Okay.
He died from liver damage after he consumed 70 million units of vitamin A and around 10 gallons of carrot juice over the course of just 10 days.
That same thing happened to Rod Stewart.
Is that what vitamin A is?
Yes.
Oh.
And at the time of his death, his skin was bright yellow.
Oh, man.
So he was like a highlighter man.
Well, that reminds me of Josh Fadum's story about when he drank too much water and almost died. You can die from drinking too much water.
Oh, yeah.
And Josh Fadum almost did.
Yeah, they in Texas, I remember about 15, 20 years ago, they told him that they couldn't haze the new fraternity members by feeding them alcohol. So they made a kid drink like 10 gallons of water and he died.
Yeah.
As part of a hazing
Josh
thing.
Fadum, I don't know if it's on YouTube, but if you Google Josh Fadum water story, it's it's the funniest fucking story because he drank so much water and then he called the ambulance. He called 911 to ask if he could die from drinking too much water, and they're like, "Do you want an ambulance or what?" And he's like, "I don't know. I don't know. Can you die from drinking too much water?" He kept asking questions, and he also had no money, so he kept being like, "How much is an ambulance?" And they're like, "Listen, do you want an ambulance or not?" And he's like, "I'll call back." It's so funny. And then he went to the hospital, and then basically everybody laughed at him.
1988. A poodle named Cache in Caballito, Buenos Aires, fell 13 floors off of a building and hit Maria Espina, who was 75 years old, killing both instantly. In the course of the events, Edith Sola, who was 46, ran across the road to see the incident and was hit by a bus. And as soon as that happened, an unidentified man who witnessed her death had a heart attack and also died.
I knew someone was going to have a heart attack. That is bullshit. All that might be true except for the heart attack.
Yeah, then someone spontaneously combusted.
The whole street just dies.
The bus driver went completely bald.
It's a rube.
The bus driver went bald.
The bus driver had a full head of hair. The bus driver had a full head of hair and went immediately bald.
It's a Rube Goldberg machine of human life.
Also, which caused his hairdresser to have a heart attack.
who was cutting his hair while he was driving the bus.
When the hairdresser saw his bald bus driver friend, he had a heart attack as well.
And the two planes collided into each other above all this.
Oh, God.
And this last one I've got here, this was like a tough list for 54-year-olds.
This is good stuff.
An unknown 54-year-old man from Massachusetts died after eating a bag and a half of black licorice every day for a few weeks. So this happened in 2020. This is pandemic stuff. This is pandemic shit. So this guy was like, "Hey kid, I fucking love black licorice, and since I can't go to work, I'm gonna fucking eat a bag and a half every day." And
what's a bag and a half? How much is in a bag and a half?
well, so I mean, one assumes it's a lot of licorice, but here's the thing. Licorice, and a shout out to our friend Dr. Andy Vandy, the chemist who listens to our show. Licorice contains glycyrrhizinic acid, which, along with its metabolic glycyrrhinitic acid, interferes with the body's potassium levels.
Everyone knows
by
that.
mimicking the hormone aldosterone, resulting in excessive excretion of potassium, and that condition is referred to as pseudo-hyperaldosteronism. So this guy, what he didn't know.
They should really put a warning on those bags of licorice.
That's what I'm saying.
fucking
It
insane.
should. First of all, black licorice is disgusting.
I don't like it either. So I would never be at risk for this.
No,
disease.
it's one of those things I can safely say this will never happen to me because
neither.
The worst thing in the world is when you eat a handful of jelly beans and there's a fucking black licorice.
Me too.
It ruins it.
Well, I just hope this story doesn't get too far out because kids hear about it and they want to
overdose on licorice.
They overdose on licorice
because get high like a bag and a half. Or
you want to get fucked up.
Yeah, I got a bag and a half.
Like, I do feel bad for this guy because obviously this is 2020 and we all disappeared into our habits. But
sure,
you know, I guess
started eating Jolly Ranchers, and part of my tooth broke.
Is that true?
Yes, but that's the only
part of my tooth broke during the pandemic too.
That's similar.
What?
I was eating ribs. Look.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
If there was a Jolly Rancher disease, I would have gotten it.
Man,
expialidocious.
That might be the curse of this podcast. I think Goodnight's tooth broke off too. I think if you get on this podcast at some point, your tooth breaks.
Have you had a tooth break?
No, I haven't. I'm perfect.
Oh, fuck.
He just snapped his teeth at me.
Oh, they heard.
Holy shit.
Guys, we have time for just one more segment.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, it is time for our jam of the week. Oh, and there it is. You can hear it now ringing up against the beautiful San Gabriel Mountains here in Monrovia. It is none other than Kenny Rogers, The Gambler.
Oh, yeah. It's a good song.
Oh, yeah. That's a great song. It's a great song.
You gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to hold them.
Mm-hmm. Know when to hold them and know when to hold.
Yes, you gotta hold them.
Always hold them. Never fold them.
Never give anyone your cards and never show them. You will not be popular at the poker game, but you will never lose.
Just hit me. Just keep hitting me.
I'm not showing you my fucking cards. I'll listen to that song.
I paid good money for these cards.
Oh, no, I never. You hold them all the time. No, he says fold them also.
You gotta know how to hold them.
No, he says never let go of them.
And also hold them.
Yeah, I'm never going to show you my cards.
Just keep on holding them until
Yeah,
you're
he never
forced to
stopped.
leave.
He was holding them in his grave. They put him buried him. He's still holding that goddamn thing.
Chris, what are your memories of this song? Do you have any thoughts on the late great Kenny Rogers or this particular tune?
Well, I'm not one of these bourgeois pigs that's familiar with this song.
You don't take advice from hobos on trains,
No,
right?
I don't even fucking. Yeah,
Critical darling. Kenny Rogers.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with like Pitchfork Media or whatever. Kenny Rogers and his jolly band of hipsters. Clap your hands, say Kenny Rogers.
Clap your hands, say Kenny Rogers. Clap your hands, say hold him. You gotta know when to hold them, know when to clap your hands and hold
I'm not
them.
really familiar with Critical Darling. Kenny Rogers, but I always like country music. Well, first of all, it's because what my parents played all the time, even though I lived in Connecticut. And I really liked country music because you could follow the story.
Yeah.
And there's a story about a gambler.
Yeah.
And he got to know when to hold them and when to fold them.
And, it should be noted, a gambler who drinks the last of this man's alcohol and steals a cigarette from him just to die, basically.
Yeah. Swallowed, drank down my that swallow.
Yep. So the only way to find out what the people are thinking about popular music is, of course, to head down to the comment section of The Gambler by Kenny Rogers.
I'm ready. I got my comment section Speedo on.
All right. First up, Daniel Thornley from 1 year ago.
Uh-oh.
Whenever I'm drinking, this song gives me goosebumps. Those who have seen a good woman fade away, they know what I mean.
Holy. Every man is a fucking monster. Every man is a monster. Every man thinks his loneliness trumps the world. It's incredible. Men think their loneliness can be fit into any situation where they can complain about it.
Oh, you are in for such a roller coaster of the same emotion.
Yeah.
Next up, Mike Mikado from 3 years ago. Look at how effortlessly Kenny sings. He's just as smooth as a hot dog.
What? That sounded like you made up that
I
last part.
swear and I was like, as smooth as a hot dog.
Hot dogs are smooth.
I mean,
They are.
technically,
You
but
can't argue that.
that's a head scratcher
Smooth
there.
as a snake.
Yeah, smooth as a hot dog.
Smooth as a handlebar.
And then, and after that weirdness, he says, "Shit, I wish I was 20 years older every time I watch Kenny." Sounds like
2 years older?
Older.
What year is that?
This is from 3 years ago. So.
3 years ago, some guy thought that.
Yeah, some guy in 2019 was like, "Man, I wish I was 20 years older."
This is a hot dog vendor at Kenny Rogers shows.
That was the kind of shit people thought about before the pandemic. Because 2019, there was no pandemic.
Andrew Moss from 11 months ago, a true legend, finally getting the great peace. I still maintain a drug-fueled sex heart attack would be my choice for how I'd want to go, though. So, speaking of the demise of Kenny Rogers, this guy's like, yeah, I mean, I'm glad he's in heaven, but I want to die fucking.
Yeah, I'm glad he's up there with the angels.
There's no, men again bringing in sex. It's like the guy who wants, the guy from fucking Canada who wants to start a sex compound with like some bisexual
Amazon
fantasy lady,
tribal
fantasy
leader
lady, and then this guy's fantasizing about sex, and the other guy's mad that some lady faded away. These men are fucking obsessed with fucking sex, and they need to let it go. They really do. They need to raise children. They need to have a job.
Well, now we're into a section that I call my wife. Ghost Storm from 9 months ago. I never get to count my money because my wife transfers all of it into her savings account.
This is the part. Yeah, this is the part where the domestic abuse comments.
Oh yeah,
unbelievable.
Here's another one. Chuchilian from 5 months ago. Every time my wife gets drunk, and she's a raging alcoholic, you do the math.
You left the punchline off.
The math.
It says you do the math.
What kind of math?
You do the math.
And then this is my favorite.
Wife plus drunk equals YouTube comment, I guess.
This is my favorite.
Equals holding them.
Wife plus drunk plus Kenny Rogers equals YouTube comment.
This is my favorite here. Smoky Bird 06 from 1 year ago.
This is a smoky bird.
I will trade my wife for 10 pounds of rice or beans. She doesn't know about this, so don't text me until you have the rice.
What? Text me. Where's your phone number, sir? Don't text me on YouTube unless you're ready to barter my wife away for a bag of rice or shrimp.
I was like, that sounds like something from the Bible.
Don't text me.
And lo, Jeremiah traded his wife for 10 pounds of beans.
Is that guy really drunk, or is he? I mean, like all these people are drunk. Who are comedy.
Everyone's drunk.
But so I don't understand. First of all, I don't know why people put such private things in the YouTube comments for things.
Oh, no.
As if it's a therapy section.
It's like a blog. It's like they don't know how to set up a blog.
It really is. It's like I'm going to take any opportunity I have to vent my pain.
Oh, yeah.
And but I won't vent it
whether or not it's intelligible.
I'll only do it places where it can't be helped.
Right.
Who would ever? There's no way to
now
say to you, you need to go get help, Mr. Rice and Beans.
Yeah.
But there's no space for that on YouTube.
Mr. Rice.
There's nowhere on YouTube to say that. And so they're safe. They can just lament. My wife.
What a great
My
use
wife
of a
that
public
I
forum.
married and made a wife. The only reason she's a wife is because I asked her to marry me. But I forgot about that, and now I've just treated her as a pre-existing wife.
GR from 1 year ago. I remember seeing Kenny Rogers in the 1960s in a little upstate New York bar / nightclub called Three Rivers Inn in Phoenix with my now ex-wife, Sylvia. She got a personalized autograph photo of him. I wonder if she still has it. Sylvia threw away everything I owned except my Honda motorcycle, which she sold for only $75. She kept the money. Hard to believe Kenny went on to be the legend that he did, but not at all surprising. He was terrific back then.
Oh.
So I love it's a sandwich of niceties
Trying to
with
stay on topic, and then
white hot rage in the middle.
Sylvia got him.
Sylvia she fucked up GR back in the 60s.
This is like AA. AA is a lot like this. Like, I mean, at its worst. At its best, AA is great, but there's this
is pre-AA.
But these are men, like, you know, who like will talk about everything being, you know, moving in the right direction as far as them becoming enlightened, and then they'll in the middle of it just say like some horrible shit about their ex-wife. And it's like a fucking, and they always act like their ex-wife was an existing thing before they met her. Like that an ex-wife is something that spontaneously generates.
Yeah, the battle axe
in your
found me.
house. Yeah, in your house. Like, this woman came and sold my motorcycle. I never even met her before.
I have no agency in
Oh,
this.
you didn't didn't you? No, you weren't. Okay. You just found her. She just came in.
Like a Hurricane Sylvia.
Hurricane Sylvia.
Took all my stuff and ruined Kenny Rogers for me.
I was doing great.
Older than you, Callie, from 2 years ago. Kenny Rogers, don't take advice from the phone call pervert. His wife left him after he was busted making dirty phone calls. And if you're looking for life's lessons from some songwriters, you're already screwed.
Holy fuck.
I was like, is he talking about the last guy?
Did Kenny Rogers make sex calls to people?
No, he's giving advice to Kenny Rogers. I think he thinks that the dying man in the song The Gambler is a phone call pervert.
How the fuck would that be?
I don't know.
He must be talking about, that must be the wife of the songwriter of that song, or somebody who's mad at the songwriter for that song, and the songwriter of that song must have made dirty phone calls. That is the only way that makes sense. There's no dirty phone calls, no phones in that song. It's from like 1918.
Yeah, they're on a train.
1900.
They're like old hobos on a train. Yeah.
There's no phone calls, no dirty phone calls in that song.
Dirty telegraphs.
And there's no fucking dirty. Kenny Rogers was never like got busted for dirty phone calls.
No.
There must be the fucking whoever wrote that song, which I'm sure was toxic, because what kind of fucking Nashville songwriter is sitting around thinking about that kind of stuff who isn't insane? Some guy named Onion Jones or something, right? Like, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Like some psycho wrote that in Nashville in like 1971. Like by hand. There weren't even any like computers, so he had to, like, he typed it out. And then he was like, "Here, Kenny Rogers, this is some good shit." and he's like, "Aren't you the guy who makes the dirty phone calls?" And he's like, "Get out of here! Listen to the song first. You're still gonna like it.
Hey, you want to be a star?
You're
or
still
what?
gonna like it. I don't care if I do make dirty phone calls. My name's Onion Jones.
Onion Jones.
What do you
makes
expect?
stars.
I'm doing the best I can.
I eat turnips.
My parents named me Onion. What do you want? Of course I make dirty phone calls. It's 1971. What else are you supposed to do anyway? Nothing to fucking do."
This one's a doozy. Bay Osborne from 11 months ago. The best thing about being Bay Osborne, I say no to a woman. Men are weak. And they need a woman. I hate to say that, but my power as Bay Osborne is to say no. Women don't like being told no. That's control and power.
Oh my God.
No exemptions from that, in spite of the fact that yours makes me even more powerful. You got each other. Men deserve rights. At the moment, women are playing on men's weaknesses. You're not like the rest. In fact, you're crazier than some people I've heard of. Think I'm fooling myself talking to my ex? She
Hey,
finished.
Osborne fucking doesn't take any shit.
Holy
dude.
fuck! This is good advice.
She finished it.
This is good advice. Whatever it is, I'm
I
starting.
can't be bothered with it.
That's what I'm talking. That's exactly right.
Liars, pose. I don't need nothing. Your issues? Fuck that.
I don't think you should say that, but he is angry.
I'll listen, but my mind is 90% made up all the same. I don't give a fuck. She disrespected me without any consideration of my feelings.
That's the definition of disrespect right there.
This is exactly what you should be putting as a comment on your
This
Kenny
is,
Rogers
this
video.
is
Rogers the
incredible. No,
gambler.
this is incredible, and this is
Oh, I'm not even done. That hurts a lot. I'm holding back deliberately. That's not good. That shit means an internal investigation. I demand transparency. I know my shit now, and so will the world.
Did he go bwahaha?
Literally says BAHAHAHA. Bahahaha. If you have any problems with me, speak your piece. I do. This offends weak individuals. Now, I'm not talking to the children because they don't need adults' drama. My statement, they need a happy mom and dad. Exactly. It's a waste of time, but say your piece. I actually want to hear you because I am fair.
this was a mean experiment that Jesus did to all of us to put us on this planet and make us this upset.
Rachel,
I mean, really.
Rachel thought I'd run back to her the next morning.
He's like dictating this into his phone, and he's yelling this at a lamp.
My children are going to come back to where they belong
This is what
with their lovable father.
Oh God!
This is like what a cactus would say if it could talk.
My children are going to come back to their lovable father because that's what God would want. Your God. I make my own religion.
Oh wow! Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
They.
No beer. We cry. No woman, no cry. Whew, doggy. Pour some water in. Use beer from more beer. Boom, boom. The wolf is on fire. Waka, waka. I'm your new doctor.
Oh my god!
That is.
Holy fuck!
I think you found the best one of all the. and we've
That
been
is
searching.
absolutely wonderful.
I got so much from that without him saying really anything.
That's wonderful.
It's like the perfect song to it.
That
for it
is.
to be on.
That's the cry of the loneliest coyote. That's the cry of the. That's the existential cry of the cornstalk. I mean, seriously, that's the word salad of the inanimate.
It is elemental.
I mean, it really is. It's like the deepest the pangs of existential pain from a fire hydrant.
It is like what was going through everyone's mind who participated in the insurrection.
I mean, this is so fucking awful to hear something like that. Know that someone wrote that into YouTube, but they had nowhere else to put it, and then said "Waka Waka." I'm your doctor. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
That doesn't even fucking rhyme properly.
I think the rest of it was pretty serious. I think the Waka Waka when he's having a little fun. I think he's having a little
It
fun.
was getting late. It was getting real late when he wrote that part. That was after his wife came up behind him and hit him with a chair. He wrote that.
Waka Waka.
Or sorry, a baby high chair.
Waka Waka. I'm a crazy doctor.
Oh my god, that's a fucking incredible
Oh,
comment.
this one's pretty epic.
There's more.
Oh yeah. I got a few more.
All right, holy fuck.
This one's pretty epic too. Lucy Anna Nixon from 10 months ago, and this is all caps. I play this song daily to make my family understand who I am. Obviously, someone thought that they struck it lucky. Well, someone read this house wrong because my poker face ain't smiling. And if you're counting my money right now, you're crossing a line. And that's never going to be okay in any international court of law. I am going nowhere, and certainly am not done. My land was never for sale. Don't ever gamble with my life or Michael Wahanui's life. Michael is my life. And
Michael Wahanui.
Wahanui. Michael is my life, and I'm his wifey, not you, bitch. Bitch. Bitch, he has thrown your number away. So there's not going to be an I'm sorry.
Everyone's all fucked up on absinthe or something.
Oh my god.
There's not going to be an I'm sorry. It's more like you were the one who's sorry excuse for a girlfriend. And the family has said over and over that over their dead bodies will he ever marry you.
Michael Wahanui.
What happens when you get caught counting cards? I love that she keeps it on.
That's
on
crazy. I was
tape.
about to say, I think she's just typing into something she doesn't know what it is.
What happens when you get caught counting cards and try to use my international security clearance to line your pockets out of pure greed? You stole the helicopter payment that I made to help struggling families during COVID. And like flies to shit.
Helicopter payment.
The Illuminati walked straight into the trap that I set to catch the rat in my kitchen. The moral for today, never try to cheat or steal. I will snap you every time. I am self-employed. My business is not for sale. And if you get billed by me, best pay your bills. So in a lot of cases, when people give first and last names, it's always generic. It's always like, I fucking hate you, Jenny Smith. And so it's hard to search.
You found Michael Wahanui pretty immediately?
Wahanui was, I was like, I'm just going to give it a cursory search. So who is Michael Wahanui? Michael Lindsay Wahanui is a member of the New Zealand-based biker outlaw gang, the Mongrel Mob. He was sentenced to a lengthy jail term in 2019 for his part in a dinner-time brawl in the heart of New Plymouth, New Zealand in June of 2018. In the fracas, Wahanui used nunchucks to attack a man. So that's the guy she's talking about. She's like, that's my man.
Wow.
So she's from New Zealand?
This is, yeah, I should have been reading it in a New Zealand accent, but.
Well, and Phil would
Maybe Phil knows her.
Oh, yeah, we should have gotten Phil to
My
read.
landlord's from New Zealand.
Oh,
He
God.
probably knows that guy. Michael Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, Michael Rappaport. It's Michael Rappaport.
He hit me with nunchucks at Golden Corral,
Yeah, it tied back in
New
perfect.
Zealand. I was at the Golden Corral in New Zealand. They ran out of meat. Some guy from the Golden Mongrels or whatever.
I got two more here. Real shit from 1 year ago. I miss this legend. R.I.P. Kenny Rogers. You're probably up there with other legends like Hank Williams Sr., David Allen Coe,
Oh, no.
John Denver, and Alan Jackson. And I was like,
Alan
Jackson's dead?
right, yeah. As of this recording, David Allen Coe and Alan Jackson are both very much alive.
Yeah, David Allen Coe's not dead either.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah, he's like got to be, 113 or something?
Yeah, I mean, shit.
It's a tribute to You Can Live on Smoke.
Yeah. And suing casinos, too.
You can smoke and live on casinos. I don't even know what I'm saying.
You gotta know when to live on top of a
It's a
casino.
law. It's an American law that you can live on top of a casino if you can get up there. You can live there as long as you want, rent free. But you're not allowed to have a bathroom.
Go off the side.
But yeah, that's everybody knows that. That's common law marriage.
And finally, Sandra Underwood from 2 years ago. And this is another one that's rambly as hell, but she stays on theme. I know how to play my cards right. But if you want to get in my circle, to turn my path,
Oh no.
make you happy, you're wrong. I know Diana Marquez. She's the Mexican one.
Oh, no.
And she's playing my cards to help her people. She is doing wrong on me.
Oh my God.
Don't be me.
Oh no.
Something will go wrong. I know how life goes.
Don't be me.
That's what it says.
Something
Don't
will go wrong.
Don't be me. I mean, that's
I
true.
believe that.
Yeah, I stand by that.
I believe that.
I know that's right.
I know how life goes when you're trying to uphold my family. You think that my family is going to hold you through? You got one coming because I can see what you're doing. I'm Sandra Underwood, and I have many gifts. And you want to help your family.
Oh my God, I have many gifts.
But I know the ace.
I have a certain set of skills.
Sandra Underwood has a certain set of skills.
Sandra Underwood, and I have whatever.
I have the ace that you'll never get. I know because you keep trying to kill me. But I know, but I know that I'll fight you
Killing
back.
someone's called getting their ace.
I got Charlie's ace. Oh my God.
Fuck, I'm gonna die. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Ace is high, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
I will keep looking to see who took my father down, and I am looking.
Christ.
I'm not your dirty bitch.
I know that's
but I know that you have the wrong one here in Arizona. That would be Casa Grande. I raised my children, but I know that you want my gifts. Someone is taking everything my life here. I want to know why.
You want my gifts? You want Sandy?
Oh my God.
You want Sandy Underwood's gift?
Oh, the alternating like grandiosity and despair in these things is unbelievable. It's like 1 minute it's like, I got my shit together, I made a gift. And then they're like, but also
Life has not been kind.
Live in the mud.
And now she's switched to all caps. Even the cops won't turn to see what's going on with me. I want to go crazy. I know that the police department.
I want to go crazy. No one says that ever.
I want to go crazy.
Oh, but I can't. I just can't do it.
She says,
I don't know how. It's one of my gifts.
I know.
I don't know how to go crazy.
I know. She says, I know that the police department played a game with the bikers. So more bikers.
Oh my God.
Except these are Arizona bikers instead of New
Holy
Zealand
fuck,
bikers.
Bikers are way more like important than I
They're really into The Gambler by Kenny
They're just
Rogers.
important as hell.
I know.
Everybody, ruining everybody's life.
When will all these bikers
I don't even
wars
think
stop?
about bikers usually, but now it turns out they're most of my problems.
I know the police department played a game after the bikers thought it was cool to put a mark on a woman you know that was not supposed to have a mark on her, and you knew that, but you were too backwards with me, and you should have given the mark to him, but I see you holding him, crying to him, while I had to stand up tall and show him that I was strong.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
And
That's a good.
that's Kenny Rogers, the Gambler.
I think that's really what that song's all about.
That's incredible.
We've really gotten down to the essence of what
That
I wonder
song.
if that's like spies communicating with each other.
that's what I always maintain.
Yeah.
I've said
I
that
think it is.
since the
It
beginning.
has to be.
This has been a blast as always. Chris,
Oh man, that was so fun.
please tell people where they can find you on the internet.
Well, I would say the main thing is we have this podcast called, me and my brother have this podcast called Cold Brew Got Me Like, which you can listen to 39 episodes of. And then we lost our tech guy. He was not lost really. He's still around, but he can't do the show anymore. So we are having a little bit of a pause. But Cold Brew Got Me Like will be back. I have one episode done, and I just have to put it in Audacity and figure out how to make it go on the internet. So that
Okay.
should only take I'd say 6 or 8 months.
Okay, all right.
And then you can also follow me on @the Crofton Show on Instagram and on Twitter. And you should pre-order my book, The Advice King Anthology, which is coming out on Vanderbilt University Press.
Oh, hell yeah.
April 15th, and it's available for pre-order now on the Vanderbilt University Press website. And if you use the code 15PRE, 15PRE, you get 40% off. And it's not available on Amazon yet because we're trying to get as many sales. It turns out that once it's on Amazon, like Vanderbilt can make more money just with a 40% discount than they can if they
Put it on
the
Amazon.
cut they get from Amazon. So
Oh,
like
Lord.
pre-ordering it is whatever. It's you save money and it's also good for
Yeah. Or go to your local
Vanderbilt's hurting for money.
go to your local bookstore and
And then
get them to order
eventually
it.
it'll be in bookstores on April 15th, and then I'm going to do an audiobook of it. Anyway, it's called The Advice King Anthology. It's the best thing I've ever done, and you can pre-order it now.
I'm so excited to read it,
Yes.
man. That's
Thanks.
going to be great.
It's so I'm so happy.
Carter, tell people where they can find you online.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Carter_Glasscock.
Fucking A. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley. The best way to support the show, head over to patreon.com/thegoodspod. We'll try to have a brand new episode of that up by the end of the week. Last week I put up a 2.5 hour long radio show, the Dr. Rock and Captain Fantasy show that me and my friend Chandler, aka Dr. Rock, do about
Holy
once a month.
shit.
And with our friend Kevin Blicker, who is dude I went to college with, worked at the radio station with, and is now a professional wrestling referee down there in Alabama as well. So check that out. That's actually free. You don't even have to be a member of the Patreon. That's where we put up the radio show. And second best way to support the show is to head to Apple Podcasts, rate, review, and subscribe. Show the attitude of gratitude, because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, daddy, fuck you. We'll see you next time.
You sit there and you thump your Bible and you say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass.
The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.